great.
The wickedness is so great. This is that time. This is the time of the harvest. This is the time of the threshing. Okay? This is when this has to happen.
Which the threshing is when Yahweh Shai ultimately returns.
That's right, because he's going to do a whole lot of killing when he gets back.
Right.
That's right.
Which is going to cause a major shift in the whole entire world, man.
Yep, a power shift.
You know,
a rulership on the earth. Okay?
Yeah.
He's going to begin to rule the world, which was created for him in the first place, that he's going to share with his elect and with the nation of Israel, and he's going to take those that's in rulership and you other heathen and thresh you and put you where you belong. In the pit work for the Edomites until they be taken out the way and in subjection for the heathen.
If I may say, like when the Lord shows up, basically the standard of the world is going to change.
That's right.
All right, the fashion, the way of life is going to change.
Every day
it's going to be a new.
Yep.
It's going to be a new hegemon,
Yep.
a new rulership, a new class of rule. Everything is going to change, man. The way things are right now, it's going to end on that day.
Right.
Okay, homosexuality, lesbianism, transgenders, feminism, pedophilia, idolatry, all that is going to basically dissipate when this world basically passes away with fervent heat.
That's right.
All right, all the works is going to be burnt up, man. And that's when everything is going to change for the better, man. Okay? Because that which is sown in this world, it can't trickle into the next one.
Right. It's tainted.
That's why 2/3 of our people are not going to be able to make it into the next one.
Hey, we're not even in this physical form. We can't even go. We got to be changed first to go.
Hey, like it says in Revelation, I think it might be either the 21st or the 22nd chapter, it talks about the things that basically can't make it in through the gates. It talks about the abominable. It talks about the unbelieving. It talks about the liars. It talks about the idolaters, the adulterers, anything that maketh a lie. Okay, anything that offendeth. Basically, you not gonna make it, man.
Right.
Everything is gonna be basically nipped in the bud. Everything is that's when Yahweh Shai, coming with the judgment of his Father. That's when everything is gonna be put in its place, man.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, real quick, get us 2nd Esdras 7 and start at 41 and read down to like 43. We ain't gonna have to, cause the scriptures talk about the vexation of Lot, how he had to basically, he had to constantly observe and continue to watch the wicked prosper in their wicked ways, and he couldn't do anything about it. And it vexed him to his soul that he couldn't do anything about it. But he had patience, and then eventually the Lord sent the angels down and got him up out of there. Okay? Hey, the elect, he represented that. Because the elect, we're getting sick and tired of the mass pedophilia, women getting exalted over the men. Wickedness being exalted, man. The idolatry, pride, wicked pride. We sick of all that, but we understand that the Lord's gonna come back and he's gonna make things right, man. We just gotta wait upon him. All right?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased.
It's increased on new levels, man.
The scripture say in Revelation 18, the sins have reached up to heaven.
Yeah.
That's how.
Remember the iniquity.
That's right, because the wickedness of Esau is at an all-time high right now, and for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, it's only going to get worse. All right, so the vexing the spirit, calling on Cesare Borgia and all these false deities and gods ain't gonna get you through to these evil times when they come.
Yeah, but Jake's wickedness is just as great.
That's right.
Yeah. When Esau, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But when you niggas are matching his level of wickedness on the earth,
Trying to exceed it.
and that's why the Most High has a controversy with you, and that's why when he takes out Esau, he's gonna take you off with Esau, man. All right, go ahead,
And the righteous have prayed, and the ungodly for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so also, Salakia, I'll read that again. And the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also.
Hey, like it says in was that the 9th chapter? Basically, not to worry about how the ungodly shall be punished, but wherein the righteous shall be saved. We should only be focused on the house of David, man, the elect. All right, the electos, the chosen. All right, that's who we're. Because there's no hope for the rest of our nation. They're too far gone. They're immersed with this society, with this world. All right, they believe in the philosophies and the wine of Babylon, and they're drunken. So there's nothing that we can do for them. Okay, they're here to take on the judgment that the Lord got written, man.
Right.
All right, go ahead. All right.
Verse 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide.
Yeah, this is all temporary, man. We're still under the reign of Esau. We have the toe, the foot of the final beast. We're at the end of that. There's just little gravel of sand left to fall, man. Before he goes down. Yeah. So really, you shouldn't be seeking nothing in this current world, man.
For the wickedness it's gonna do its own thing. You need to be trying to clean it up. It's gonna get dirty. You need to be trying to clean yourself up, man. Just being in this flesh, you're gonna get dirty, all right? But you need to be focused completely on keeping yourself, getting clean and keeping yourself as clean as you possibly can.
Read that part again.
He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide.
Hold that, and somebody get 1 John 2 and 15 through was that 17?
Yep, I got it.
Because this current life is based on the fashion of this world. All right, the American way. All right, Western culture, which is basically to be a decadent demon, a sexual deviant, a person with no self-control, no discipline.
Right.
All right, greed, wicked pride, man. Okay, no mercy, no judgment. That's what this life is about, man. Decadence. Not regarding the poor. Okay.
1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Why isn't the love of the Father not in you if you love this world? Because this world is about the things that the Heavenly Father is against.
Right.
All right? Everything that you try to justify is right is what the Bible says is wrong.
That's right.
The Bible condemns it. Okay? So if you really have a stake in this world where you really believe that this is it, this is the way of life, this is how every man should walk, then you're an enemy of the Most High. There is a way that seems right into a man, but the end are the ways of death.
Right. You feel that you just got it figured out, now you're about to make it. You just figured out how you can wickedly try to get over in this world. And the Heavenly Father hates you, he's gonna kill you.
Yeah, man. You think it's all right for two men to get together and lay down and sheet tap? You know?
You think it's all right
have sword fights, man? Two men
to raise a baby?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Or for a woman to say, I'm the mother and the father. You think that's all right? That's all right with your maker, man? It's all right for you to come up with your own invention to do away with male and female. That's cool with your maker? That's righteous to you? For your children to have a homosexual or lesbian books and stories read to them in public libraries? You all right with a chip getting put in your brain? Yep. All that is right? Well, you an enemy, man.
All right.
Okay? You an anti-Messiah, you an anti-Mashiach, and you anti-Yahweh, man. All right. The Lord said, "He that getteth not with me is against me, man." Go ahead.
1 John chapter 2, verse 16 now it says, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father,
Yeah,
but is of the world."
And that's the way of life, especially here in Babylon. But
Yeah.
that way of life spread all around the world.
Right.
Okay, through what? Through democracy, through a Western culture, the American influence. Okay,
The Follywood,
Yeah,
or the
Hollywood,
apostates would say it.
witchcraft.
Follywood.
the false education system that Esau set up. You know, that's what they teach you. You know? That's of this world, man. And this world is gonna pass away. That's why you shouldn't be immersed in it.
I had something.
Call it out and have
James 4:4.
Yeah, that's a precept.
Con.
Yeah, we gonna get to it. Get the free and then get back. And also in 1 John where it says the fashion of this world.
It says, James chapter 4, verse 4. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?"
And in this context, James is speaking to the Israelites that are scattered. Okay? Because remember, back then, the dispersed Israelites, they were living in heathen provinces. So of course, wherever you live, if you're living outside of your own land, you got to be subject to the powers that be in those other lands. So the nations that ruled over those other provinces, you better believe their way of life was contrary to the practice of the Israelites, the customs, which at that time it was about being a Greek or in a Roman, which the fashion of both kingdoms were interchangeable. Okay, the Romans took the Hellenist way and basically Romanized it, put their own little spin on it, and then of course they spoke a different dialect, which was Latin. But those Israelites that was living in those lands, they were living after the ways of the Greeks and the Romans, man.
Right.
Which was to be a complete homosexual, all right, to not keep the commandments, man, not have a beard on your face, eating abomination, eating swine.
You can't follow this book. You put to death for having the righteous words of the Heavenly Father.
Exactly. Like the elder Ariella say, you can't keep your own customs when you're not sovereign. When you don't have your own sovereignty, you can't keep your own rule. You gotta hearken unto the rules of the powers that be. And we under this deep sexual deviant, homosexual pedophile demon, murderer. Okay, so when James was addressing them, he called them adulterers and adulteresses because they were basically joined with the world. They were heavy into idolatry, just like the heathens were, just like how Esau was. The scriptures say how Esau is he's a fornicator and a profane person. He's an ungodly man, and that same devil is ruling over this current world today. So if you follow in this world, in retrospect, you following the damn devil, man.
Right.
Okay.
To wrap this scripture up, it says, "Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High."
Yep. Yeah, and you definitely an enemy, because if you have this freedom to do all this wickedness at your pleasure, according to the liberty that this devil gives you,
Yeah, with no punishment.
when the moment you're met with restrictions, with standards, that's going to be a burden to you. So you're going to start to what? You're going to despise the instructions. That, hey, these pleasures that you actually are enjoying under the heathen, you're actually you're sinning. You're going against your maker. you're being an enemy. You're being like the heathen. The heathen were always the enemies, man. They were always our adversaries. So you're being an enemy to the Most High, man. Especially when you worship idols, because that's spiritual adultery against the Heavenly Father. And you got the so-called Hispanics. They were just recently worshiping the Day of the Dead, man.
Dia de Muerte.
Dia de Muerte, man. That's wickedness.
You're feeling like those spirits can come back and be and give you blessings and nah, man. Whoever perished being innocent, okay, or where were the righteous cut off?
And some Issachar got cut. They got shot at that mall.
Oh, that's beautiful, bro.
You know?
Beautiful, man.
Galatians chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. Grace be to you and peace from Yahweh the Father and from our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who gave himself for our sins that he might deliver us from this present evil world.
From this present evil world. Okay? Because we all know that the world lies in wickedness, man. There's no righteous order here. Okay, the darkness is as light in this world, man.
Right.
Ignorance is bliss in this world.
In this generation, how you know it's the end? This generation thinks all the wicked ways are the right way. They see the prosperity of the wickedness happening in the earth, and they follow after it like it's the right way.
They cleave to it.
Yeah. And wickedness does prosper you in a wicked world.
Yeah.
But who's gonna stand up for righteousness? Okay, that's what we're standing up for. We're standing up for righteousness. Lord willing, we make it to the end and endure all the way through and be saved.
That's right, man.
I'm gonna jump back to it.
Was there more on that, bro, in Galatians?
According to the will of the Most High, our Father, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen.
That was it? Okay, come.
Back in 2nd Ezra,
Wait. You want that one? Yeah, 1 John 2 and 17.
Yep.
And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever.
Yeah, meaning what? You doing the will of the Father, that makes you immortal, man. Okay? Because the ways of this world is as death. Right? You learn the ways of this world, and that's why death reigns. That's why you constantly see death. That's why people drop dead of different venereal diseases, respiratory diseases, cancers. You know, because the lifestyle of this world is not clean, man. It's not pure. Sexually transmitted diseases, you know, and of course violence, man. Which is all a form of judgment going forth. If our people got it right, they wouldn't die as much as they do. That's the reason why we even in this predicament, man. And it tells you in Proverbs, he that despiseth the word of the Most High shall die. This is our life force right here. Okay, this wisdom. This is our breath, man. The moment you deviate from this, man, you're dead, man.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
That's it.
Verse 18 also, it says, little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come. Even now there are many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. And I read that because most of you people, when you follow after wickedness, as the brother was saying, you're playing the role of the Antichrist.
Yep.
You love that role. Well, when the Christ, if you say it that way, shows up, what you gonna do then? Okay, because you act as his enemy, so when he shows up, he gonna treat you like an enemy. All right? There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yeah. And that's why for us, that's why it says that in 1 Peter the 4th chapter, to gird up your mind. Like matter of fact, get that. 1 Peter the 4th chapter, start at the top.
I got it. It says 1 Peter 4 and 1. For as much as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
Arm yourself with the same mind. Meaning you gotta basically cut the flesh. You gotta mortify your members.
That's right.
And you're gonna have, because it's hard. The lust, the spirit, the flesh lusteth against the spirit. It wars against the spirit. They're contrary to one another. So it's gonna be. That's why it's that ultimate battle, man. You got to fight the good fight of faith. This world basically keeps you in the flesh.
Exactly.
It teaches you to stay in the flesh. Don't mind spiritual things, man. Basically, it teaches you to basically mind every pleasure that comes to you.
And that's why 2 John is right on point with that. The Most High said, if you're walking in the flesh, your mind is of the flesh, you're going to be of the world, and you're an enemy of the Most High. But if you walk in the Spirit,
Romans 8 and 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the
carnal
law.
and flesh are hand in hand. You should know that. That's pretty easy.
For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. So if so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you, now if any man have not the Spirit of Yahweh, he is none of his.
Right? You gotta have. He has to give you His Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit, and that's how you're able to come into this thing, to be hid away in the barn, so to speak. Okay, so that you will have that opportunity, which that Spirit will push on you to do the righteous things to earn your salvation.
Exactly.
And you're gonna walk in the Spirit and not in the flesh.
Somebody get us Sirach 37 and start at 27.
You still want me to hold it first?
Because the world, this current world it doesn't teaches you discipline. All right, to have, to abstain from certain pleasures. The world is just about giving into it. And if you can, do as much as you can, because you only live one life. That YOLO spirit. Okay? That's a way of death. That's not even a way of life. Okay? Get that for me.
Sirach 37 and 27, my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it.
And see what is evil for your life. Test certain things out to see if it'll be detrimental to your soul, man. There's certain things that you shouldn't have too much pleasure in. And if there's something that's very immoral, like what the Bible condemns, you shouldn't have pleasure in it at all. Okay? But the world tells you, no, you do what you please. Which, hey, the famous slogan from what they call the Beast, Aleister Crowley, the most wicked man that they say has ever lived, he says, do as thou wilt. And that philosophy is ingrained in this current world, man. These people have no filter on their behavior. They just do what the hell they please. They're very reckless, man. They don't think about the results, the consequences, the negative effects that they have on others. They just do what they do, man. All right? Read that again.
My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
And give not that to it. If you know something is going to be a stumbling block to you, then it's best to just cut it off, man. If smoking weed or smoking cigarettes was your thing in the world, you gotta learn discipline. You gotta learn how to abstain, cut it off, man. Even if your flesh begs to do it, you gotta put yourself, your body under subjection. You gotta let your spirit have rule over your flesh and not the other way around.
Right.
All right. But this is how you know that this is an ungodly world, because the Bible teaches you to master. Basically, you gotta have a rule over your spirit. The world, these people in this world, they don't do that. They let their emotions get the best of them.
Can I say something? Can I say it like this? If your spirit rules over your flesh, okay? So if you can rule your spirit, then you can rule your flesh. But if you're letting your flesh rule, who or what is ruling your spirit?
Exactly.
It's wickedness. It's evil. It's Satan. It's the devil.
Yeah.
Okay? That spirit is ruling within your flesh. Okay?
Yeah, people not having control over their spirit is why you have mass shootings.
Yeah.
It's why there's homosexuality rampant. why there's pedophilia going on, why people stealing and robbing from each other, why people are so quick to get rich, which the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil.
And the rich man so hard to keep in heaven. The camel surpassed the eye of the needle before rich man goes to the kingdom.
Yep. There was another verse. We'll get that. I think
This is 28. For all things are not profitable for all men.
all things are not profitable for all.
Neither have every soul pleasure in everything.
Neither have soul pleasure in everything. And going back to the Garden of Eden, the serpent basically poised the mind of Eve by giving her surety that if she give her mind and pleasures over to everything, she would not die.
Yep.
And that deceived her. And she took on that nature, and it was passed down through the sons of God, man. Now we all die. Because we take too much pleasure in wickedness, man.
Right.
Your body, the pleasures of your flesh don't know right from wrong. Your spirit do.
Right. And it's at the point now where your conscience is supposed to rule over, remind you of the wrongdoings and the right doings. But now this world teaches you your conscience don't even matter no more.
Yeah.
People don't have conscience to be. People are ruthless and merciless nowadays.
Yeah.
They'll lead you down like the serpent was merciless and ruthless.
Yeah.
He just let everybody, start with Eve, let everybody down the road of destruction and didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's how you know he was the wicked.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these people, man, it's like they have no type of control, man. Hey, the spirit of narcissism, the constant need to have people's approval, to seek attention, to seek validation, and look at the dumb shit that this generation of people are doing on social media. All type of wayward challenges, man. And it's the most dumb, degenerate shit you can even think of, man. You got the city girls demon. That whole spirit is investing the BT 1200 right now, man. It's destroying them, man. You had a group of little nigga women. They probably have to be 18, 19 years old, probably younger than that. These bitches, they were singing some ratchet ass city girl tune, and then they went out, and they basically was on social media, and was basically letting it be known they about to go out and get some coke.
Yeah.
And then they actually went while they were filming live on Facebook. Then they went and actually got the coke, and the social media is a platform for the FBI and the CIA and all the other agencies. So social media basically make their job easier to come down on you stupid ass people, man. They went out and filmed their crime trying to seek attention on the internet, and next thing you know, them same hoes that was twerking their ass, flashing their titties, they went out and got some coke, and then the police got on their ass while they was live. They ended up on a high-speed chase, and then Esau basically hemmed their ass up, man. All because you want pleasure, the pleasure of attention, vainglory, man. That's why it says was that Timothy? For there shall be lovers of themselves, man. Lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High, man. Okay. Yep.
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 22 and 24. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. 24. He that has small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgress the law of the Most High.
Right. That's why you gotta fear. The Most High is looking for someone to fear, man. Okay?
Because the wisdom of this world is the wickedness. The wisdom of this world is all built in immorality, adultery, pedophilia, all the things that the brother's going into. That's what the wisdom of this world is about.
Yeah,
not the wisdom of Yahweh Shai.
Which is the adverse, the opposite of the law, of statutes and commandments. So the Lord set up men as a balance, men of righteousness as a balance to basically put out the vibration of righteousness in the wicked kingdom. All right, the scriptures say if false balance is an abomination to the Most High. All right, so you do have men, Lord willing, we the men, righteous men, basically throwing out that vibration, that frequency of righteousness, and it's gonna the righteousness is gonna connect or be heard by the elected Israel. Because we're not out here for every Israelite to wake up, man. Because the scriptures say, man, only a small number of Israelites going to be awakened to the truth of the Bible.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
And this is inside the mind of the ungodly. They figure as though I'm not gonna have another life after this one. This is our only life. So why not go all out before my body goes back into the ground and my spirit basically just evaporates. Go ahead.
For we are born to all adventure, and we shall be.
Oh, and Salakia, after you read this, go back to 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. Because this mentality, this way of thinking, is all going to be changed. It's all going to be changed when the Lord shows up, man. Because that's going to be the day of the beginning of immortality, man. Okay? Go ahead, Rob.
For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we have never been. For the breath is in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirits shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance.
This is the ignorance of the ungodly, man.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? You think it's talking about no one to have our works in remembrance, all the good things we do, but they're really referring to the wickedness that they do.
Right.
That we're not going to get paid back for it. We're going to be dead.
Exactly.
How are we going to suffer for when we're not alive? Well, the Most High is taking tabs on all of that.
Yeah. Hey, because they don't understand the concept of reincarnation. Okay? Esau teaches against reincarnation. They don't believe in that, man. Because that's a horrifying concept to them.
Hey,
if they understand, if he has to come back, this motherfucker is not. He got a lot to pay for, man.
Certain Edomites don't believe in it, but the elites, they know, because how do you think that they continue to come back in this generational wealth?
And we're thought that
they're the only ones.
They're the only ones.
Exactly.
Let me say this real quick. The comedian Louis C.K. had the funniest thing, but so true about Edomites. He said, white people love a time machine. Anytime it's wonderful to be white in history, right? He said, in the past, though, because in the future, you got to believe we're going to pay for this shit. Yeah. And they know it. They know the future is going to be bad for them. For all the shit that they've done and lived this life like this, they know it's going to be bad.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Look what we have to endure as a nation. All 12 tribes, man. Okay? All the evil that's been done against us at the hand of this devil, man. It really, there's no comparison. Right. When you weigh the amount of evil that was done to a nation, these other nations can't compare to what we suffer, man. On all 12 tribes, man. All right? It's been countless attempts of ethnic cleansing upon the 12 tribes throughout millenniums, man. Okay?
Any chance the devil had to try to get us in his scope or in his grip, he took it.
Right.
He never let us pass once.
Right.
Any opportunity he had, he went for it.
Further our affliction, he did it.
Exactly. And these other nations were right behind him. But why do you think that was so? That's because we had to pay for what we did in our past lives, man. We have to be subject to those payments according to what our forefathers did. Going back to what? The curse in Deuteronomy 28. Okay? So we paid dearly, man. So we understand the concept of reincarnation. We fucked up. Or else we wouldn't be in this predicament. Alright, we wouldn't be cursed in the city, cursed in the field. Alright, we're cursed curse coming in, curse going out, going to your enemies for the one of all things. Them being the head, we being the tail. Us not enjoying our children. We're not enjoying the fruits of our labors. The other nations are eating from our labors.
And they eating good too.
Yeah, man.
I gotta put this on.
Yeah, and then we gonna go back.
Second Ezra 14 and 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
That's plain, man. And the Lord, and according to the law, you come back every 3 or 4 generations, man. All right. A child don't pay for the sins of his own father.
Right.
No, you pay in the 3rd or 4th generation. All right. When your father has his seed, and then his seed have a seed, you more than likely gonna come back through that litter, or his litter. Okay, to pay for what you did in your past, man. Okay, the Most High is not unrighteous where you got to pay for what your father did. Your father murdered somebody, and then you come forth, and then now you got to pay for that murder. No, it doesn't happen that way. That's why when you devils complain about, well, it wasn't me, that was our forefathers. Well, no shit, you were your forefathers.
That's right.
And you still benefited from what you did as your forefathers centuries ago.
Hey, the best part is, you 1960s Edomites, you fucking hate compared to 16, 17, 1800 Edomites. Okay? And that's who's back. Them 1700 and then 1800 Edomites, you're back now. And all the wickedness that you was doing, it's about that time where that generation is back on the earth now.
Yeah, which makes sense. That's why, racism, hatred is all the time. Is an all-time
That's right. That's right. Yep, that spirit is back on earth. Yeah. Because you Edomites are back on earth.
Go back.
This is back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 4. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed in the mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with heat thereof.
And that's their attitude. They think the Most High is just gonna completely forget about it. You know, like as if the Most High's eyes is not 10,000 times more brighter than the sun's. All right, the Most High don't forget anything. You forget one day to the Lord is as 1,000 years, man. That's what you're ignorant of.
You remember yesterday? Well, he remembers 1,000 years like it was yesterday.
Right.
For our time is a very shadow that passes away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
That's what they believe, which that's wicked. All right, and if you're an Israelite and you don't believe in the concept of reincarnation, then that shows that you have the same mindset of the ungodly. We all come back. The Most High don't let nothing slide, man.
Hey, that's
why you think children are born with certain defects?
Right.
Why you think you think they're innocent when they get judged? No, they did something before they came back.
What kind of cruel God would kill a baby? What kind of wicked ass person would do what it took, but when he came back as a baby to be killed?
Whoever died being innocent.
God.
Yeah, man. I mean, that shows you, man. People are ignorant of that
it's a righteous balance with that judgment for reincarnation, for you to get paid back for what you do. How good is that? That should correct you to want to be right for your next life. That's what it should do. But with that mentality, that YOLO mentality, you know, it pushes wickedness to an all-time high. Who gives a shit what we do?
I gotta read all this, man, because it goes into the elect and how they feel about that. How you wicked ass 2/3 and you Edomites feel about the elect. All right? Yeah, it is.
Hey, so real quick, somebody get Psalms 10 and 11. And this is the heart of Esau. Really, you know, the wicked in general, but mainly Esau. 10 and 11.
Psalm chapter 10, verse 11. It says, "He has said in his heart, God has forgotten.
Yeah.
He hid his face, he will never see it."
Yeah, man. That's what they believe, man. Until the Most High meet their ass, man, in the form of judgment.
Let me keep reading a little bit. It says, "Arise, O Lord Yahweh, on power. Lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doeth the wicked contempt thee. He has said in his heart, thou wilt not require it." Right?
Yep.
Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief.
And do not the Lord say, was that King Solomon said it, that the Most High required that which is past? So whoever has that mindset, they're really lying against the Most High, man. And really they're delusional. Okay? You're wrong. He will require it, man.
Right. That's what it says right here. It says, verse 14, "Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief in spite to requite it, to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself to thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Yep. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none." Yep. Basically, that says, like you said, the chapter's going to go into, the righteous, they don't forget about the humble, but also pay back the wicked, man, for all the deeds that they do. They believe you haven't seen it, but I know you see it. You see everything.
That's right. I have one more precept. Can you get 2nd Ezra 16? Start at 62.
1662.
2nd Ezra 16 and 62. "Yea, in the spirit of the Almighty, which made all things and searcheth out all hidden things and the secrets of the earth, surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sins."
He knows everything, man. He knows your wicked counsels. He knows what you're thinking in your mind. He knows what you're brainstorming. Whatever wickedness, whatever plot, whatever agenda you have, Most High already knows it, man. Okay? That's for you elites. What you think you're going to do to the elect, to the men of the Lord. All right? All the way down to the rest of you wicked, even the wicked of our people, man. Those of you that secretly took the purse, you sold out, you too. Most High knows everything, man. Okay? There's more.
Says, surely he knoweth your inventions.
And this is why you don't get away. Go ahead.
Surely he knoweth your inventions and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore have the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
Yep.
And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
Woo!
Hey,
Go to the man that is bound with it. Jump to the last, last verse.
Like it says in 2 Corinthians, for we all must appear before the judgment seat. He's going to give every man according to his work, whether it be good or evil, man. Go ahead.
Jumping down to 2nd Ezra 16 and 77. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins.
That are bound with their sins. That means you're not going to quit you. You didn't have enough spiritual money to pay for all the wickedness that you did. So you're bound with those sins. Woe unto you, destruction unto you.
That's why it's important that you pray that you of the elect, because they're the only ones whose sins on this side is covered, man.
Right.
He doesn't impart to them any sin. That's why Romans 8:1 it says there is no condemnation to those that are in Yahweh Shai, man. The rest of the world, they got to answer for whatever it is that they've done. Okay, and they don't want to hear that. These people don't want to hear that, man. They think that they could just send up a quick prayer. Everybody hold hands. Throw a few dollars in the collection plate, and the Most High just gonna forgive and forget. But that's not how our Creator works, man. Okay? Hey, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is Yahweh is His name, and He's also a God of vengeance too. He's also merciful, but that's if you repent. It only goes so far, man. If you repent out of sincerity of your heart, the Lord will be minded to save you. But if you're not willing to, if you keep going back to doing it, the Lord ain't gonna let your ass go, man. Why do you think He took away the service of sacrifice, man? Because He knows how man work. He created you. Go ahead.
Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through.
It's an evil way, man. That's not the way to life. That's a tough road, man. That's not the way to life. That's the way to death.
That was it.
Back up. I'm going to 66. What will ye do, or how will ye hide your sins before Yahweh and His angels? Behold, Yahweh Himself is the judge. Fear Him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
Wait. Let's not get this misconstrued about only God can judge us, okay? Because the same judgment that He would judge, He'll send His Spirit for His men to judge it to. And His Son Yahweh Shai was given that means to make the judgments also. Because He lived this life down here, but it's good and evil. It's good and bad for you. Okay? He understands where you come from if you're trying to be righteous. But if you're not trying to be righteous, He knew all you had to do was try. That's why it's based upon faith, not upon works only. Okay? That was the understanding that He had, that by Him talking about the Son coming down here in the flesh, okay, and living within this in a righteous state.
Yeah, because you have us, coming from the Gentile way of life. There's certain things that you have to attack and overcome. The Most High understands that. That's why we're given that grace. But like it says in Galatians, use not that liberty to the occasion of the flesh. Right? Sin in no way justifies sin. And that's why, we come out here and we, like it says in Isaiah 58, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show the house of Jacob their sins, and the house of Israel their transgressions, right? All right? So, was that it on that? All right, so I think you was doing it, right? Yeah, okay.
Back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 6, come on therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Hey, that's Esau. Esau in his greed. Why do you think he has such a murderous spirit to just go all around the world, not giving a shit, with humanity that he destroys? He goes and does that in order for him to take up all the natural resources that it uses.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla could have saved the oil, the earth, and all that, a whole bunch of things. Could have been done way back when he lived. Okay? Now this devil, because the devil couldn't find a way to tax it. Now that he found a way to tax the technology, that's what he's doing with his cars and shit.
And they say they give you a tax break.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Tax is break. You didn't take the tax away.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let us
read that last part.
and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds. Therefore, before they be withered.
Yeah, that's the luxury that the devil has, especially here in America, man. You have everything at your disposal and you have it abundantly, but all of it is not being manufactured or grown here. It's being shipped here. And that's what makes these other nations so rich, based off of the abundancies of what you transported, man. We have all of the, you got all of, you got a lot of gold and precious jewels, minerals here. You got a lot of different materials to make luxurious palaces and mansions.
They got all the best of the best marble, the best, everything to build this wicked place. And you know what, man? Reading these scriptures, the Most High got your ass down to a T. So it's like poetic how these words come together and how we just, we prophesy and just fit you to a T.
And then you watch how the people play it out.
Playing the perfect role.
Like I said, let's crown ourselves with rosebuds, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the flower crown filter is all about? That's that YOLO spirit.
Just living proud and delicious, man.
Yeah, they did that wrong.
Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this. That's Esau, man. Why do you think he has embassies everywhere? Let us leave our portion. Let us leave our wicked philosophies, our ideologies, our idols everywhere. It's idols of Cesare Borgia everywhere.
You have military bases all over the world.
He literally leaves his flag everywhere.
Even tricked people into thinking that he left his flag on the moon. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be.
Hey, look at the wealth inequality. 1% versus the rest of the world.
Hey, the elderly, man, they didn't live the life that they should have been taken care of. This country does not take care of the elderly. They do not take care of the elderly in this country.
Shit, they don't take care of the veterans.
They don't even take care of the warriors, right? In this wicked ass place. You got them parading around the world executing their wicked agenda, and then you don't take care of them.
Yeah, they get poor health care. And they come over here and get depressed because they thought a country that they were putting their life on the line for would take care of them. So they just fall to depression, let their life, fall before them. They get on drugs, they become alcoholics.
A lot of them commit suicide.
Commit a lot of suicide.
Heavy drug users.
Might do mass shootings and shit too, bro.
Yeah.
It says, let our strength be in the law of justice. That's Esau's strength. His law, his unrighteous decrees he puts forth. To keep Jake down on a level, on a low level.
Yeah, he believes in justice before himself. Okay, he doesn't believe in justice for you Negroes, Hispanics, and Natives, man.
Hey, justice is supposed to be justice and equality. You don't believe in equality at all.
Hell no.
Hey, Esau loves to say all men are created equal.
Right.
Yeah, right.
They say liberty and justice for all. Yeah, all the Edomites. Yeah.
Hey,
All Edomites are created equal.
Hey, that's who was in the room when that was written.
Yeah, that's their world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got the world of Israel. John 3.
Yeah.
That's their cosmos.
Yeah.
John 3, 16. John 3, 16.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
you know who that's talking about.
Yeah.
All right, start first and foremost with Yahweh Shai, which the spirit of Yahweh Shai rests upon his men. And with they represent is really a detriment or a threat to this world. And that's why we get a lot of resistance. That's why we get a lot of turmoil. That's why we get, people demonizing us. The media demonize us. Our own people don't respect us. It's because we're not for their turn. We're a constant reminder every day that you basically you're a demon basically. Yeah. Okay, we're a reminder that there's a standard that's being raised in the earth, and if you can't get with that program, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Okay. Basically, what we do, it basically we get on your nerves, so to speak. You know.
The same reason why us here in Vegas ain't on the main part of the strip no more.
Yeah.
They got tired of going on vacations, man. You come here to have a good time and forget about all your troubles when you go back home. But you come here with bad news, you come and you leave with bad news. Wait a minute, actually taking over the world and we're all gonna die. Oh shit.
They see the missile sign.
Yeah. This is the end of America and there's fire everywhere. I want to hear that shit.
Yeah, we're not for your turn, man. We're contrary to one another.
We want your turn to be over. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. We can't wait for our turn, man.
That's right.
We're sick of the wickedness going on. We're ready for righteousness. We look for a new heaven and new earth where it's righteous.
That's right.
That's right.
Tired of the unbalance and injustices going on in the earth. Let's do it, y'all.
Go ahead,
Okay. I'll start that from that again. Okay. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth. Go ahead.
Every family members, when we come into this truth, the people that's around you, they have that spirit of the world, and they hate you secretly, and they don't want to be around you because we're reminders of what they should be doing, the righteousness that they should be seeking, what they can't do.
That's the spirit. Now it came back full circle. We never got a chance to. 1 Peter 4. We never got a chance to finish that.
I forgot about it, but I was still home.
Matter of fact, stay where you at, bro. Let's go right. Let's go.
I'm gonna
bring
start
that
back
up.
at 1.
Yep.
1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. Was he accepted in the world? No. So we're not going to be accepted in the world. Right? It says, for he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh.
Hey, but going back to the mind of the ungodly, isn't that what this is? All he's talking about is his fleshly desires. That's all he's concerned with pertaining to this life. Yahweh Shai wasn't about that. He was about doing the will of his Father, man. Hey, just like he didn't have a life. He didn't have a life, but he did that so that Israel can have everlasting life.
Right.
You see that? So wouldn't it be fair that us, because he did that for us, that we should do the same? You shouldn't have. We don't have a life here, man. Our life is hid in Yahweh Shai, man. We're dead to this world.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men. That's talking about, right?
Yep.
But to the will of the Most High.
Yep.
For the time past, our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
That was kind of going into that, man.
Yep.
The will of the Gentiles, man. Yep. Seeking for pleasure, seeking for abundance of material wealth. All these nations, that's what they all about. They're all greedy. They all want the #1 spot.
Selfish.
Yeah.
And people, what I say, Timothy, lovers of themselves more than lovers of the Most High. You know, and he told us to love him with all our mind and soul and heart. You know,
Put no gods before.
Put no other gods before him.
The Lord told us, as long as we were serving him, that we would be overcome with blessings.
Yep.
You know?
So when we love him,
he would give us our heart's desire if we give our life to
If you love him, it's better than loving yourself, because he knows you better than you know you. It's not that hard, right? It says, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings.
Revelings, which is that whole club, party, turn up, where a bunch of heavy drinking is involved, music is playing. Which there's nothing wrong with, going to a function and you want to take a drink or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that.
All things are lawful, but not all things expedient, though.
Right.
Too much, I forgot how it goes. With moderation, you gotta practice moderation with people.
Well, but within this culture,
There is no
they just go overboard.
Overindulge, gluttony. It's like you said.
Something.
Yeah, you could have a drink or two, but Jake want to drink the whole damn bottle. Jake want to drink 4 and 5 bottles.
Jake's gonna drink the bartender under the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially these women. The women drink more than the men do.
Yeah, if every Jake had the mind of Most High and they congregate together, there ain't gonna be nobody shooting each other,
Right.
stabbing each other.
Right.
Ain't no drunken fights in the club. Ain't no
Nigga shit.
adultery going on.
Right.
Ain't none of that going on.
That's what a lot of these clubs do. They promote adultery because the majority of those people in there, the majority of the women in there, have a man.
All right. Just make sure you always pay attention.
Yeah.
Let me wrap this up.
Yeah, it's like
It says, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust.
lasciviousness is unbridled lust.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you got a lot of pervs out there.
The whole NAMBLA thing is all a perverted lasciviousness.
Well, man.
That's just the love of what they like.
Yeah, it's National Association of Men Boy Love.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole another
that's
level
different.
of sexual
Yeah,
perversion,
that's
man.
NAMBLA. That's what it stands for.
But you got just regular men out there. They got the dry dick syndrome, so they just walking around looking for something to get their weenie wet with, and it's like they get out of control, man. Dudes going to, you got men that are so undisciplined. I mean, porn is one thing, but you got men that'll take their phones out and they'll just go around snapping pictures of chicks from the behind
Up under their skirt.
or up under their skirt.
You got wicked ass people putting
Sneaking into the women's restroom,
secret cameras and shit.
putting the phone up under the stall and shit, man.
You got niggas trying to get transvestites and shit.
It's out of control with their lust, man. It's out of control with your lust.
Out of control, man. And there's so many women out there, man. The Lord made it to where women outnumber men on a. Hey, I don't know how true the study was, but they said that according to the UN, there's 2.5 billion more women than there are men on the earth. I could actually believe that there's 7 women to 1 man. So hey, it's enough women out there for you to be acting in that manner, man. But the scriptures tell us that when we live our life according to the will of the Most High, we're not living after that manner. We put ourselves in subjection.
God, because you can't be in the truth without being in the restrictions. You can't believe.
We serve the law with our mind,
Exactly.
even though in the flesh, every now and then you're gonna go off.
Come, but it's written for us to not be in that spirit, man. And that's why the Most High set up the laws, so that you're not just fulfilling the lust of the flesh. And because the scriptures tell you, he that loveth his life shall lose it. And they loving their life on this side due to the fact that they going off, due to the fact that they sinning. But the scriptures say, but he that hateth his life shall gain it eternal. You know, because we understand we ain't about to get it all on this side, man. Hey, we're working for the crown in the heavens, man, in the kingdom to come.
And all your righteous lusts and desires, I hate to use the word lust, but all your righteous desires will be given unto you as a blessing, versus as a curse as it is unto us now. It says, excess of wine, revelings, banqueting.
Excess of wine, and everywhere there's heavy drinking, there's death angels. A fight breaks out, gun get pulled, somebody pops, somebody dead.
Too much wine and drink involved. Now people commit adulteries and all types of things.
And those type of settings is always easy for situations like mass shootings to happen. That's why the biggest mass shootings are always at these festivals. Like here in Vegas, that was at a festival. Over there in California recently, that was at a festival. You know? It's always where a lot of heavy drinking is involved.
Really, that shit that happened last year, the biggest in Texas was Hennessy convention or something like that. They could action.
And somebody get was that? I think it was Ciroc, Mighty 31. Talks about parachute.
It's Rock 31 and 20.
Ciroc 37. 30, 37 and 31.
I'm talking about drinking 31 last week.
Okay.
It's Rock 37 and 31. By surfeiting have many perished, but he taketh heed, he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
Read that again.
By surfeiting have many perished,
By surfeiting have many perished.
but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
Well, that's right, man. You know, and that's why you won't see men of the Lord at major functions where there's heavy drinking going on. All type of demonic spirits is in the air. That's what they literally call drinks, alcoholic drinks, spirits. Okay, you ain't gonna find us in those settings. When we drink, we amongst ourselves, man. Okay, but that's part of what the Gentiles do, man. Okay, when we no longer live after that manner. Now we devote our will to serving the Most High, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, just like Yahweh Shai did. So guess what? We put off those pleasures, man. You know, you think we don't like being buzzed and feeling, you know, when we get nice, but it ain't fun when you pissy drunk though. When you throwing up and you can't remember the next day what happened. You might have got your head busted, man. You know, you could have did some shit the day before that got you stumped out, and now you waking up in the hospital, man, with IVs hooked up to you, man.
Many of them lost their life. Wine and women, what's that, wine and women?
Or much worse, you can get killed.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, man. So go back to 1 Peter.
It says, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings.
And these are the things that the ungodly talks about enjoying, man, before they give up their life. Let's
club every week.
Let's do it all.
Pour one more, you know. Keep pouring up even though you at your limit. One more.
And that same mentality is not just on Esau, it's on Jake too.
Hey,
especially these rappers or these entertainers, they push that whole vibration, man.
Drugs and drinking, man. Now being out of that out-of-body experience is what you really hope for. And in my opinion, Jake wants that even more because Jake ain't living good on this side. Esau got something to celebrate. He in rulership. Jake, you don't have nothing, so you're trying to escape the reality of a terrible life. So you're just gonna keep drinking. Which is the purpose of why it was created, but you go too far above and beyond that. Keep going and going. That's what it's talking about. Let's enjoy all the fruits, all the voluptuousness.
Jake seeking comfort in everything else but the word of Yahweh.
But the comfort.
But the comfort. Right. That's right. It says banquetings and abominable idolatries. Wherein
these feasts,
Your feast days, your Thanksgivings, your Christmas, your Easters. Those are all wicked feast days that people partake in. You know?
that's what, man.
I got right.
It's the Rock 19 and 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impotent.
What do you think is in that setting of the rebels and banquetings and certain these situations? That's what's in those situations. They always want to put excess of drinking, and they'll put women in there because that's what makes men weak.
Half-naked women,
Yep.
and then next thing you know, your ass is up there robbed or even worse. You be like,
Yeah, you get set up by these hoes.
set up like that bitch Cardi B was doing, guys.
Or you probably end up in a bathroom stall with a chick whose boyfriend or husband is a
Yeah.
kingpin or some shit.
Look what happened to that nigga, Big Poppy, David Ortiz down there in the DR, messing with some drug dealer's woman. You know, shit, his ass almost lost his life down there. You know, and there wasn't no mistaken identity. He's a world-renowned baseball player. He's like king over there in the DR. So that's the consequences of shit, committing adultery, really, and reveling and banqueting. You know, one of the many consequences, I say.
We got this up, verse 4. It says, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Hey, he is not for our turn.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like they acting like you weird. Like, oh, you want to go to the club? So-and-so gonna be there. J. Cole? Nah, I'm good, man. I got something else to do. What? They looking at you sideways. Like,
You don't smoke. No. You don't drink too much. You gotta go to work. You want to be responsible.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, just focus. That was it. Get your
All right, this is Second Maccabees, little history. Second Maccabees, chapter 6. I'm gonna start at 1. The point is in 7. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High, Yahweh. And
that's the will of the Gentiles, right there. To not live after the manner of the Most High. Go ahead.
And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympius, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place.
You look at the history of what they began to do in the temple, you can see how these niggas think. I'm gonna go up in the palace. I'm gonna go up in the temple. It's got all the nice stuff in there. We gonna have a party at the temple, man. At the house of the Lord. With no fear, no reverence of how sacred and a special place, hallowed ground that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they're doing all manner of wickedness.
our people.
Our people.
You know, and some of them knew the history of the building, the rebuilding, and the building of the temple. But they didn't give a shit because they was wanting to go along with their flesh. They wanted to go along with the ways of Esau, Edom. You know, they forgot their power. All right, and 2/3 of our people forgot their power now.
Hey, real quick, if you look up the god of Jupiter, he represented the god of jollity, right? You look up jollity, it means lively and cheerful activity or celebration, the quality of being cheerful.
Merry Christmas, have a holly jolly Christmas.
Yep. Mirth. Merriment. Festivity. So that was what the god of Jupiter represented. So when y'all get in that joyful holiday spirit, that's the energy of worshiping Jupiter, man.
Those are all those same demons coming back on you, and hopping on your people.
So imagine when the law, the Levites or whatever would read the law, it was all about what you wasn't doing and condemning you.
Yep.
So what do? They want to change it and make it into the house of Jupiter. To where, no, you don't have to be sad about what you're not doing, about not keeping the law. We're going to have a party. Hey, what do you think Hallelujah night is at the church? The whole church spirit is about that now. Okay? It's a house of jollity of Jupiter now. If you really can see it in the spirit. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3, the coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places.
So they was having sex rituals and orgies in the temple to those deities. That was the Roman way. That was the fashion of the Roman world. All right, and it's no different than those of our people that are entertainment world. They do it in that same spirit, but to just another demon. Whether it be Baphomet, Pan, whoever else. You know, all those different gods of Hollywood. Go ahead.
And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbiddeth.
Yeah, unclean meat, unclean animals. Y'all like to when y'all go to a party or you know some type of club event. More than likely, they're serving abominations.
What is shrimp?
Shrimp is always on the platter, man.
That's always.
It's always a shrimp platter being served.
Shrimp platter with cocktail sauce in the middle. You know?
Shrimp cocktails.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. And in the day of the king's birth, every month, there were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices, and when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
Yeah, and if you know the history of the god of Bacchus, Bacchus was basically a god of wine. All right, drinking the grape. Okay, and the Romans they would even have orgy parties to Bacchus. Okay, they'd have they'd have
Bro, they would have like
we would have a lot of fucking
week-long parties, bro.
Yeah.
With just complete abomination. That's where you get that was that Saturnalia?
Yeah, they would do that too.
They would do that too.
Saturnalia was like the celebration of Bacchus, but except they were giving gifts to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
all in the same spirit, all in that same festive, mirthful spirit.
That's what they expect. When they come into Vegas, from when they get here, we checked in, okay, turn up. Where the drink at? Where the bar at? Where the club at? Let's go eat, let's go get it in.
Like the brother was saying about him having excess of wine, it's the same thing today. Because niggas' favorite drink is Hennessy. And what is Hennessy? Hennessy is just grapes, man. You know, just fermented grapes. So it's the same exact thing.
Isn't Bacchus with the Benjamites? Isn't that what they worship? The Bacchanal? They call it Bacchanal out there, but it's the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And all of this goes back to that same spirit that you live life to the fullest spirit. You only live one spirit. All right, that's what we're really getting at. That's the spirit that Esau portrays. Esau, what do you call it? Promotes. He promotes, and our people just go right along with it.
And all those luxuries, they basically made a god to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, all these things that they value so much, it's like they make it a god. It becomes a god to them. And that's where you get these concepts of the god of jollity, you know, just like a jollity, you know, the god of the grape, the god of wine, the god of love, the god of war, the god of this and that, you know.
Queen of Heaven
worship, because you worship women, you know. If they worship the creation, it's because of the too much pleasure that they get from it. Because the Most High, He created everything to be good and pleasurable to us, but you're supposed to use it in righteousness in its correct measure. You don't worship it, man. That's what the nation. That's what makes them base. That's what makes them heathenistic, man. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 8, moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices, and whosoever would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death.
You got a lot of Jake, because they were afraid, you know, they didn't want to lose their life, they just conformed. And Jake to this day, you know, because they got beaten into us through slavery, so Jake naturally conformed to the way of their oppressor.
No, like you said, Jake got that can't beat him, join him spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't do this, we gonna die. So why wouldn't we do it? You know, that's Jake's thing.
Yeah, let's not. So why not go and worship plantation Christianity?
Right.
You know, why not go and vote and participate in this man's system?
Hey, that's why you got Jake saying let's build America. You know, where we can't have our own. Yeah, so you're gonna try to build a society within the society. That's still Esau stuff.
You still got blacks for Trump.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, man.
And Latinos for Trump.
Yeah.
I got a pre-roll.
The scriptures tell us not to conform to the to this world, man.
Why trimmest thou away to seek love?
Yeah.
You want love from the world, though, instead of love of the Most High.
Yeah, man.
I got something real quick. Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. That's what our people do. They follow. That's that wide gate that leaded to destruction, to do wickedness, to do evil. You know, and you know what? A lot of them they're conscious of their wickedness, but they don't give a shit. They got that spirit where we gonna die anyway. We gonna, what else I'm gonna do?
Gotta die of something.
You know?
Yeah, Jake said, live in the moment because you never know when you're gonna go.
Yeah.
What kind of, that's demonic as hell. That's demonic, man. I got two. You got more in there?
That was it, bro. I'm gonna jump back in. What's it to?
This Romans 13 and 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light.
Hey, because of our people, they're still sleeping in darkness, man. And this is how the enemy can basically catch you slipping when you're sleeping. Jake is basically distracted, man. Too high, man. High off of whatever, man. And as long as you're in that state, Esau can have his way with you. That's how Esau keeps you. That's why he keeps those dispensaries in your neighborhoods now. That's why you got all those the liquor stores, man. To keep you niggas numb and docile, man.
Do you think that you're the one bringing in all these drugs? You the one bringing the cocaine in that makes crack and whatever else? No. He knows he has to have that to come in. Why do you think he even changed the game into opioids now? Okay? He took the opioids out of the Middle East countries, and now you're on opioids. So you can be on that defenseless state of mind, to where the demons can just hop on you. And some of the drugs they put together are really putting a certain demon on you.
Why do you think that drugs are called dependence? Because you're dependent on that, and they get you Esau. And Esau really wants Jakes to get heavy on the opioids. You know, that's why they're trying to that's why a lot, think about it, they're probably lacing a lot of them that weed in these dispensaries with them opioids, man. To get you Jakes hooked, and they're putting up dispensaries everywhere, man.
Hey, right about now, Esau just throwing everything at Jake.
Yeah,
hey,
everything.
And another thing, though, a lot of these killings, a lot of these murders, Jake gets on that shit before they go out and carry out murders.
Yeah.
They really can't do it without getting on this substance.
Yeah.
They load themselves up so that they don't have any so that their conscience don't bother them. And then they play their little demonic ass music to go along with it to keep the demonic spirits on them. And then they go out there and they just start airing shit out, man. They don't care if they kill a baby, an old person. Esau knows that, man.
Back in the day, it was called getting wet. Your PCP, or different sticks or whatever. Sherm, yeah. And Jake would get out there and, man, Ticky Williams.
To build off what your brother said, the rapper MC8, he made that album Music to Drive By. He said that he regret making it, because Jake will get high, and then they'll get in that zone while that music is turned all the way up, and then just go air out places, man.
No bass vibration, taps into your nervous system.
Down in Mexico, the cartels, and these guys, they get high off that. They get high on meth and coke, and then they put on, it would be like a Mexican version of rap, which is called corridos, and it talks nothing about murder, drugs, and they go out and they do that dirty work, man. How do you chop someone's head off while being sober?
You can't do that.
You can't do that shit while being sober.
Obviously, they under an influence. They under the influence of
all kinds of demons in you,
got
man.
spirits, man.
All kinds.
There's demon possession, man.
Man,
that engulfs our people, but hey, this is the type of stuff that the scriptures is warning about, man. come out of the ways of darkness, man. Because our enemy, they have the advantage over us as long as we're in that state, man.
You listen to Cardi B, man, you tripping. Let you know right now.
Yeah. You got to be a complete level demon to listen to anything that bitch says.
I'm about to say, if you're a man listening to Cardi B, you think it's all good, but then guess what? Your woman now listen to her, your daughter or whoever, and then now they're gonna start to mimic that behavior, man.
Yep.
And it's not all right.
You're gonna lose your woman.
Major demons, man.
And your daughter.
Yep.
You're gonna lose your woman and your daughter, man. Cause to be a thought, that's in.
Yeah,
That Cardi B city girl spirit, that's
Working and shit.
man. That shit is an epidemic, man.
That's why they
These little young girls. That's why Jake is getting in trouble, beating their daughter's ass on camera, man. Cause they seen that spirit is getting their daughters, man. Yeah, once you had one dude. There was one video on World Star with this older Jake. He basically got on his daughter's Instagram, I think, and he streamed live on her shit and basically was telling him, hey man, yeah, I know she's a thought, you know, she's a thought, but I'd like for y'all to stop, you know, hitting her page up, you know, stop DMing her, stop contacting her. You know, I'm her father, this and that. Yeah, she gonna be a thought. Thoughts are gonna. He was basically just. He was shameful, man.
Yeah.
That was some shameful shit to see, man. People talking about him like that's not how you talk. You shouldn't talk about your daughter in that way.
Well, shit, the truth is
Well,
the
hey,
truth.
That's how they see it though.
hey, man.
I got a pretty real quick. So I have
Finish that.
Oh, you got some.
It's continuing. It says, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly, as in
What is the light? The light is what? The knowledge, man. The word, which Yahweh Shai is the embodiment of the word. That's why he's the light. And his light has shined upon us, so now we have the light. Hey, but the scripture saying John, basically our people hate the light. Because their deeds are evil.
The light shows their deeds.
They would have to reprove themselves if they came into the light. But because they're so comfortable in their wickedness, that's why they don't want to come into the light. Okay? They speak evil of the light. So go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
Let us walk honestly as in the day, not rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness,
Great millstone.
not in strife and envy, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Yeah, because if you partaking in that, you're in darkness, man. Okay? Yeah, that was it.
I had something. This is Sirach, chapter 7 and 16. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms.
The judgment will come soon, man. Sooner than you think. It will not tarry. But wrath will come quickly. The more you keep stacking against yourself, it's like they call it burn the candle at both ends. Well, the candle gonna be gone, you burn at both ends. Okay?
That's why it says men don't tarry until to the Lord, man.
But not all day by day.
Yeah. But suddenly the wrath of the Lord shall come upon you and the day of your security, man. Come on, man. So going back to that, we do back to Wisdom of Solomon. Finish that and then go back to second
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. I'm sorry, chapter 2 and verse. I'll start at 12 and keep going. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings.
Yeah, because we're of the light and they're of the dark. Okay? We have a different vibration. We bump heads, man. We're contrary to one another. Okay? Go ahead.
He upbraideth us with our offending the law, objective to our infamy and transgressing of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calls himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other men's, his ways are another fashion.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because he was, I'm from above, you from beneath. That was the spirit that our Lord was in. That was his vibration, man. Okay? He was filled with the Holy Spirit, man. Okay? So of course he was different. And they couldn't stand that. Every time they tried to come to him with some type of discrepancy or dealing in the law, they would always try to tempt him, basically, man. They would try to see where he was at, what he knew, if they could try to trip him up according to the law. And every time Yahweh Shai would outsmart them every time. That's how they knew that he was different.
And they was always trying to find an angle to get across what they wanted to do to justify their wickedness.
Yeah.
But him knowing their thoughts, he read past the way they were wording things or what their intention was and called them out on it.
He even performed miracles. And they still was trying to discredit him as the Messiah, man.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstained from our ways. As for filthiness, he pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father.
Yeah. Show you that's talking about Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Make the boast that the Most High is his Father.
Let us see if our words be true, and let us prove that we shall happen in the end of him. That was kind of it. I'm gonna jump back to that second Ezra 7, and I started at 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore,
and the past hour and a half, that's what we've been out here demonstrating, man. That this life is not what these heathens and what this damn devil says life should be about, man. Okay? This is not our life. We don't have a life. This is not how we're supposed to be living. Okay? So guess what? Yahweh Shai is coming back to finally give us that life. All right? That we may basically live out the rest of our days, which is going to be for eternally, man. Go ahead.
This present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
Yeah. Remember going back earlier, I said there's going to be a change, man. The standard is going to change, the manner, the way of life is going to change. All right, it's going to be a new world, a new system, a new hierarchy, man. The way that you know now is going to be a thing of the past, man. It's going to pass away with Esau, man. All right, and the rule of these other nations. Okay? And that's also when Israel's going to change. Because we're going to be changed into new bodies. All right? We're going to be changed into those glorious bodies. And that's where we're going to be programmed to live righteous. But we're going to keep the commandments and statutes perfectly. He's going to write it into our inward parts, into our mind, man. Okay?
Yeah, what's the scriptures in Revelation 21, book of Tobit? It gives you an insight of what the world, the kingdom's gonna look like. You're gonna have streets paved with gold.
12 gates.
These streets are concrete. Earth is flat. Just imagine the kingdom. Streets paved with gold, man.
Right.
Precious stones. Palaces as far as the eye can see. The earth is gonna be in abundance.
Right, man. The day of doom is much needed, man.
No pollution.
Because it has to burn off all this filth, the toxins, the chemicals, the technology. It needs to basically uproot all this fucking dirty ass, scum-filled concrete.
Everything
that's
here
fucking up our knees and our back. Okay?
Everything in
all these
society
groves, all these idols, you know, all this shit,
You gotta
man.
remember the Gadites, you know, Esau built these roads over the borders of the Gadites.
Right.
He built this town on iniquity, or this city, or this United States on iniquity, on the bloods of the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans or Latinos. You know, back to the Negroes, so-called Negroes, but basically Israelites.
Done.
You know?
Let me finish verse 43.
I did finish verse 43. I was at 44.
Oh, 43 point.
You just said
Where it says
everything.
incontinency shall be cut off.
No, I didn't read that.
Read that part.
Intemperance is at an end.
Temperance is at an end.
Infidelity.
Intemperance, right?
Intemperance.
Which means what? The lack of self-control. Okay, everything is gonna go back to order on the day of the Lord. People ain't gonna have the luxury and the freedom to do what the hell they want to do. The Lord's gonna make sure of that. Especially these nations, man. They need to be bound up. They need somebody ruling over them. They need somebody's authority, man. 'Cause you look at how these nations are operating without authority, look at the fucking earth, man. Okay? It's crazy, man. You got Moab basically going tit for tat in the development of this perverse technology, man. Fake food, fake people, you know,
Splicing animals.
Artificial embryos, you know what I mean? All type of crazy shit.
CRISPR?
Yeah, CRISPR. Crazy, man. You know?
Yeah, they just said that they spliced a human and a monkey. You know?
Trying to make that evolution real, right?
Yeah, they're really trying, man.
I was watching a show on PBS, and it was about these Edomites. They were trying to prove evolution, and the title of the show was a new Genesis. They were trying to rewrite it, and they're digging into hell just to find proof that evolution is true and the Bible is a lie. You know, these fucking devils, man.
Of course. Hey, that's why the scriptures say that the wicked is going to be revealed, man. You know, he thought of himself above all that is called God, right? Showing himself that he is the Messiah. He's going to try to write his own Bible soon.
Yeah.
He's already rewritten the Bible.
He got a gay Bible.
Yeah, Bible's for homosexuals.
Woman's Bible.
And they're going to make it to where all these different printing press and companies that publish the Bible, they're going to have to basically take out certain pronouns and different keywords that's considered offensive to this word. It's wicked as all hell, man. So really, they're going to try to change the word of the Most High.
Yeah, they're going to take out that Revelations 22 where it says, you should change this word and take away from this word. I will take away him out of the book of life.
That goes to show you that Esau was never written in it. You know?
This is 2 Peter chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise." I'm reading this because you said we need the cleaning of the earth, you know, with this day of the Lord. We need that, right? It's going to keep going. It says, "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, the day of God, you know, the Most High,
The day of doom.
Yep.
The day of the threshing. Right.
wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." Yep, and that's what this has to happen to cleanse the filth off the earth, so we can have righteousness and cleanliness on the earth. You know?
It's Hebrews 13 and 14. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Like the brother was just saying. Hey, we want a new earth. Hey, because the Most High, He's gonna put a hard reset upon this place, man.
Right.
Hey, because the scriptures tell you in Isaiah the 24th chapter, in the 5th verse, that the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, man. Meaning what? The air is polluted, the minds of the people are polluted. Hey, the animals are polluted. Hey, the food we eat is polluted. Everything under this society, because it's ran by the devil, is messed up. Hey, because Esau doesn't care about the world. He just cares about his gain. What can he benefit off of having the top position, man? And he'll do it. And he'll do anything in order to get it, man.
Yeah, and that further he's nuclear missiles. Because in the scriptures, 200 million missiles are going to destroy America, man. All right, and we're coming to that time, man. You got the midst of the trade war happening. You know, it's about to be a currency war. And what happens after a currency war? Just all-out war, man. Just military against military, man. So we're in that time, man. You know, and the Bible prophesies about World War III. You know, the RFID chip. You know, which is the mark of the beast. You know, race riots in the streets of America. All right, class riots, civil wars. All right, animals moving out their habitations, coming into the cities, attacking people.
And I always gotta say this. Let's not forget that this was the animals' habitation at one time. Yeah. You move them out, they're just coming back, hoping that there's life for them, their food and whatever, water or whatever else for them back in these areas. You can't continue to push something off his land and expect it not to eventually have to come back the more you squeeze them into a little corner. You know something?
I got it.
What was it reading? I wrote 2 Peter. You know that? Yeah, New Heavens, New Earth, and
Jeremiah 51.
It's Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
All right, this is the modern day Babylon, man. Babylon comes from the Hebrew word babal, which means confusion, man. America is full of confusion, man. The push of homosexuality, which that act is a confusing act, man. All right, there's no productivity coming out of that. All right, feminism. All right, that's a confusing act. All right, women over men. All right, there's no order in the household. All right, what's more confusing? The GMO, genetically modified organism. All right,
So-called democracy.
which the so-called white man, he can follow the land Sabbath and he ain't got to worry about making foods in labs. All right, the goddamn water's polluted. All right, you know we come out here, we're speaking for the earth, man. All right, we're speaking in the betterment of the earth, man. And this earth can't be better with the so-called white man ruling, man. This Edomite, man. All right, and if you are people, man, don't think Esau is the wicked according to the Bible, man. You're gonna be put down with him, man. All right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Verse 2. I will send upon Babylon banners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Man, what is this like, bro? What does that mean? He's gonna empty the land. He's gonna wipe out all you people, man. He's gonna evaporate and melt you people.
American Babylon.
Yeah, he's gonna take you out.
And all your prized possessions too.
Yeah, all your idols, all of that. Done.
Against him that bendeth, let the archers bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine.
Yeah, that's basically the armies, man. All right, the armies of these other nations, man. They got their missiles ready, man. They're constructing missiles in their laboratories, man. All right, going to Isaiah 54. Can you get that? Isaiah 54.
It's Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
All right, in the ancient world, the guy that created the swords, the spears, the shields, he was called a smith. Smith. All right. So the
Smith just means maker.
Yep. So the modern day smith is what the scientists, man. The weapon scientists, man. All right. Them Germans, man, the Telemanites. All right, because during the Cold War, you know, Russia took half of the Germans and America took the other half, and you know they created missiles, man, and steady creating them, man.
That technology.
You know, that's why Russia is that the Most High set up them Russians as a opposing force to America, man. All right, and Russia's gonna destroy America, man. All right, with the missiles, man. You know, amongst other countries, you know that was Confederate with America. All right, go ahead, Al.
Salaki, real quick, if I may say, you brought up the German scientist, right? There was a German physicist by the name of Abraham Esau.
Oh, what the fuck?
It says Robert Abraham Esau was a German physicist. After receipt of his doctorate from the University of Berlin, Esau worked at Telefunken, where he pioneered very high frequency waves used in radar, radio, and television, and he was president of the Deutscher Telefunken Verbund, known for German nuclear weapons program.
Yeah, that's fair. Esau, man. Esau is that Smith that creates the missiles. Can you read that?
This is Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy it.
The waster to destroy, man. The thermonuclear missile, man. All right. Well, that's the weapon that the Most High put in the so-called white man to destroy this place, man. All right.
But it was created for him.
Yes, it's the Most High. Yeah, the Most High put it in his mind.
The weapons of his indignation.
What? So is that Psalm 7? It's Psalm 7 and 13,
Psalm 7, verse 13. And it reads, He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death.
Yeah, those missiles are the instruments of death, man. All right. So it's the projectile weapon, man, as you could say, man. Because the missile is projectile, man. The bullet is a projectile, man. All right. Go ahead.
Is continuing. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. So like, can I go up the verse? This is Psalm 7 and 12. If he turn not, he will wet his bow. He hath bent his bow and made it
what does
ready.
wet mean, man? Wet means to sharpen, man. He sharpened it. All right, these nuclear missiles, they have to go through phases of programming, man. You know, just like on your phone, you get updates and shit every year. These missiles, all right, these weapons of war has to go through updates as well. You know, they got computers in them, man. So you got to be constantly updating, man. All right, because these nations they update their the software in their missiles, you know, to compete with one another, man. All right.
He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors.
Yep, the arrows, the missiles, man, against the persecutors, man. All right, and you so-called white people, man, you've been persecuting the Israelites for the last 500 years, man. All right.
You go to the court system, and Jake goes in the court system, right? Persecutors are the ones that put you in jail. And it's usually Edomites, or they're working for the Edomite agenda, either way. Okay? So you know who that is. You have a visual word association to a certain word that does that to you. Okay?
back in Jeremiah, verse 7, 51 and 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine.
The American dollar bill, man. All right. With George Washington. All right. Benjamin Franklin. Abraham Lincoln. Grant. Andrew Jackson. All right. That dollar, man. That dollar bill, man. That's that wine, man. All right. That's that philosophies of trusting in a paper currency, man. All right, and who's on it, man? The so-called white man, Esau, man.
And what's his slogan on there? In God we trust.
Yep.
And then E pluribus unum also. So going into his own power system.
Yep. And that's not talking about the God of the Bible, man.
That's right.
Esau's talking about himself being the God, man. All right.
Second Thessalonians.
Yeah, because Esau, he takes all the old philosophies, because actually the Chinese, the Moabites, came up with the fiat currency, man, during the 1300s, I believe, man. And Esau, he just readopted that, and
they had
adopted
it back with something, right? Didn't they have it back with real?
No, because that currency failed. The paper currency always fails. All right. So Esau, he just adopted that into his philosophy, man. His own way of life, man. And you see the effects of what the dollar is doing today, man. The dollar's ain't worth shit, man. All right, it's the belief behind it, man. Once that belief is taken away, the power of that dollar is gonna go back to zero, man. And I can't wait till the dollar go to zero, man, because you niggas, man, niggas with stacks of hundreds and shit, on fucking Instagram and shit, counting your money, nigga. Floyd Mayweather, the rapper niggas, man. I can't wait till the dollar be worth zero, man.
That's right.
Until when they go in a state of hyperinflation, man. What you niggas gonna do then, man? All right, a little 20 G's ain't gonna buy a loaf of bread.
I gotta pee real quick.
Yeah, don't let Esau get these niggas the reparations they're looking for, man. I hope the dollar crash the day after.
That's gonna be your reparations gonna be a ticket to the chip.
We'll take your reparations, but you're gonna have to receive it on this white side.
And that would work.
And you know how many niggas on this sign is gonna receive that the missile stubs?
Okay, come down to your local chipping station with your birth certificate, and then we're gonna put your reparations.
You need all the paperwork. All the slavery paperwork.
All the slavery.
The ID, the social.
Come with a copy of all that.
Birth certificate. They want everything. And Jake gonna dig up everything.
Oh, Jake gonna go to the city hall. He'll go to the records, all of that shit. Get that shit.
Mama, you know where my birth certificate at?
I'm gonna get it real quick. So Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth the bottle to him, that maketh him drunk also. We start up. Oh yeah, that's I'll start at 6. 5. Yeah, start at 1.
Yeah, just start at 1.
Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he that he may run that readeth it.
Yeah, what's these tables, man? The scriptures, man. The Holy Bible, man. Go ahead.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Yeah, the prophecies are yet for an appointed time. Go ahead.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Yeah, we're at the end, man. It's speaking, man. You see the prophets out here speaking, man. All right, telling you what's about to happen before it happens. All right, it's speaking, man. All right, y'all watch your time. All right, put it in his men to speak the prophecies, the visions, man. All right, at the end day. Go ahead.
Because it will surely come and will not tarry.
It will surely come and not tarry, man. All right, it's coming, man. All right, you can see it if you're in the spirit. All right, it's about to be escalated, man. It's about to move to the next level. All right, go ahead.
Behold, his spirit, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
That's talking about Esau, man. All right, it's not, his spirit ain't upright, man. All right, what it say in the Psalms, man? When he come out the womb speaking lies, man. All right. So he comes out the woman's womb speaking lies, man. The Edomite, man. All right. He has that serpent spirit already in him, man. All right. Go ahead.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Who's the just, man? The Israelites, man. The just man. All right. The just, righteous man, man. You know, to the elect first and foremost. All right. Shall live by the faith, man. Faith is a gift, man. All right, to the elect, man. To the elect men, the prophets, man. All right, the prophet's gonna live by the faith, man. Go ahead.
Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, Esau is a proud man, and he transgresses by his philosophies, man. All right, and he pushes on other nations, man, especially our people, man.
So like I was gonna say, that's why, like we said earlier, he has embassies everywhere. He's under his philosophy. The world is his. In that Job the 9th chapter. So he realized the earth is in his hand, the hand of the wicked. Okay, so he takes that power the Most High gave him when he actually had dominion in his season, and he takes it all over the earth and rules. But he rules with wickedness.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, largest his desire is hell and as death, man. All right, hey, he goes other nations. All right, he took over our people in the lands that they were dwelling in, America, man. All right, and what did he do when he took over America? It's death now, man. All right,
So now
the very air you breathe is death, man. It can kill you, man. You know, chemtrails every damn where, man. All right, you can't even drink the water out of the lake, man. It's so destroyed, man. So polluted, man.
No more mountain spring water naturally, right?
It's death and hell, man. And this fucking Edomite, he destroys the water, but you know he wants you to he bottles it up in plastic, which is that's death too. Right. And he makes you pay for it, man. All right. If you don't see nothing wrong with that, man, just on that topic itself, man. All right, you are totally destroyed, man, and you need to be waiting for your destruction, man. All right.
If I may say, because Esau, you know, he's a wise man. He knows history. When have they ever came up with a study proving that during the other civilizations and empires prior to this one, have there ever been animals ended up on the endangered species list?
Con, bro.
Under any other rule, when has this ever happened? I've had yet to have run into actual studies of that fact. Are you telling me that these other nations rule better than you? I'm just saying. And then when you put everything together, because he knows that the earth is fucked up, but what he tries to do is blame his false sciences on you. He's not going to take full responsibility for how he's fucking up the earth. He'd rather put it on climate change or global warming. Overpopulation. He's gonna say, "Oh, it's humanity as a whole. It's the activity of humans as to why the climate is changing." No, it has no bearing on the temperatures of the world. That's your fake, false pseudoscience that you're trying to use to justify putting chemicals in the air to block out the sun.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do. Guys like Bill Gates, you know, coming up with their own little agenda to be able to create, you know, their their fake ass projects so that they can be able to make money and have the world thinking that these men are such a level, on the level of a god, you know. Because I just read that recently how Bill Gates, I guess it was some type of a professor, they had an idea on how to basically reduce climate change, basically to lower the temperature. And you want to know what their solution is? Spraying chemicals and aerosols in the sky, creating artificial clouds to block out the sun.
They're doing that now.
And they're already doing that.
That's what created it in the first place. Aerosols. Didn't they say they had to reduce the population or something like that?
Yeah. That's all a part of their agenda.
You see, he come up with all these strategies, all these ideas to do shit, and then when it results in people dying left and right, he got to blame it on nature. He got to blame it on climate change. He can't take full responsibility, man. This man he's clearly the devil, man.
Right.
Still reading. Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Enlarges his desire as hell. He has an insatiable appetite. He cannot be satisfied, no matter how you say it. He can't rest until wickedness has been done.
God, he's basically ruling this whole world. You know, his influence is everywhere, but he still can't be satisfied. He wants to go to space and rule up there. You know, it's the spirit of this devil Esau, man.
Hey, he can never stop. One of the ways you can tell that he's very insatiable and can never have enough is, when is there ever going to be wars? When is he ever going to stop these wars?
Right.
He has to keep these wars going so he can keep getting the riches. Because these wars brings him money.
And whether he's in the middle of it funding both sides with weapons, or whether he's in it fighting the other side.
Yeah, try to take their shit.
And if there's a fight breaking out that he's not a part of, he's the first to show up to see where he can find his angle to make enterprise off of it.
As long as he's insatiable, war will never stop. It'll never stop. Ever since World War II, literally there was never been a time where there was no war.
They said since the existence of this wicked ass country, I think there had been maybe 5-10 years of no war, or no conflict with nations.
Hey, Khan, because like the brother just said, in Habakkuk, his desires as hell. You know, and the Rothschild, I believe it was either the Rothschild or one of the Rockefellers. They said, give me control of a nation's resources, and basically he don't care who run it. You know,
he don't care who writes the laws.
He don't. Yes,
Meyer Amschel Rothschild.
Khan, like the brother, he said his name again.
Meyer Amschel Rothschild.
Meyer Amschel Rothschild.
That's
Man.
Bauer.
Yeah, Khan. He said he don't care who writes the laws. Hey, and that's really what it's about. And Esau is messing up all the natural resources, man. Whether it's your air, your water, your source of meats, your source of vegetables, your produce, your fruits, your grains, all of that.
All the commodities of the earth.
Exactly. The necessities of life.
Hey, those outbreaks, the Ebola and all that, Esau makes sure it gets out of control to wipe out the people of the lands that he wants access to.
Right.
That's what's going on in Africa. He wants that land. That's why it's actually a war happening while that Ebola thing is actually happening. People don't know that. They're not showing you that in the media. Esau's over there setting up mercenaries and taking out whole villages because they got resources. They got oils and certain herbs and all type of stuff, vitamins, minerals. That's over there that they want.
But not only that, they're trying to get over there because they see China is heavy over there now. So and they fighting for it. That's why there's a lot of those Ebola outbreaks out there in certain parts of Africa.
And the Chinese are trying to impregnate those African women over there to plant their seed in that land over there. China thinks they got next to the leadership of the earth. Let's be clear about it.
Yeah.
As harmless as they seem, them some damn heathens, and they wicked as hell too.
Yeah, you Moabites, man. You trying to uproot Esau, man. Trying to compete with Esau. But hey, the Lord got a judgment for you Moabites too. Ezekiel 35, I think it's said punish Mount Seir and Moab. Yeah, oh yeah. Punish Moab with the list, right?
What you looking for?
It said punish Mount Seir.
Punish Mount Seir?
Yeah, Moab. Start that Habakkuk.
I finish this. Back in Habakkuk 2. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long?
Yeah. Esau, man. Esau, you Edomites. You take stuff that's not yours, man. All right. You might go into a nation's country or something and say, oh, I want to set up something and give your children education and give you medicine, which the education, that's false. The medicine is pharmakia, so that's going to destroy your system. So whatever Esau is coming to you with, best believe it's a weapon of warfare. It's a biological weapon, all right, chemical weapon, all right. And if you don't go along with the program, all right, the Most High, it's like Esau is just going straight up bomb you, man, and take it, man. Then set up his own democracy, you know, his own way of life over there, man. All right, Iraq, all right, parts of Middle East. All right, Esau set up his own thing, man. All right. So wherever you go, man, wherever Esau goes, man, it's just death and hell follows him. All right, just pure immorality. Okay?
Shall not. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that loadeth himself with thick clay. Laden. And him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
All right, when you go into the Hebrew, thick clay, that word is abatya, which means heavy debt. All right? Isn't America and NATO and the EU, they're under heavy debt, man. America itself is, 22 trillion in debt. And what's the national debt? I think it's over 200 trillion or some madness like that.
Right. It's probably.
And that's madness, man. All right, you got Europe, parts of Europe. All right, that's under heavy debt. You know, that goes into the statue in Daniel. What's that? Daniel 2nd chapter, man. All right, the tolls, man. All right, parts of the tolls were clay, miry clay. And some parts are stone, iron. All right. So yeah, that's that prophecy's playing out, man. All right.
Yeah, that demonstrates the insatiable nature of Esau. All right. As long as he has the greed to keep on purchasing and storing up and hoarding for himself, the more in debt he gets. And you see those numbers, it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. And per second, them numbers are just adding up. That's how much borrowing and debt that he's hoarded to himself, man.
They took the debt clock down over here in New York.
Yeah. It's so embarrassing, man.
Let me say this: if anybody Esau owes you money, like another country, another nation, you ain't figured out he ain't gonna pay you, man. What the hell are you doing? He's not gonna pay you. He was never gonna pay you. Okay? Never.
I mean, shit.
Why would you?
Right.
We'll just go to war.
So when y'all gonna drop the goddamn dollar?
Thank you.
Yeah, they're in processing now.
You know?
Close, yeah.
They close, you know. Especially with all them sanctions getting thrown around.
Yeah.
They just gonna be like, you know what, everybody, man, fuck this petrodollar, man. If that means war, then fuck it, man. Let's go to war. And that's what this world war is gonna be about, man. That's what it's all boiled down to. That's why they're trying to channel their way towards Iran right now. You know?
Yeah, these other nations, man, they're preparing their citizens for war, man. Russia, you got the Russians over there preparing their citizens for war, man. Iran, Korea, all right. What's going on in Babylon, man? Party, man. That's why it's gonna catch you people by a thief in the night, man.
They put out a website and a commercial for ready.org. And it wasn't even like to prepare you, just in case something happens. And Russians know we're gonna need gas masks, we're gonna need all kinds of shit. We're gonna need bunkers and bomb shelters. America ain't ready for shit. A few people are ready, but as a nation, it's ready to get it all.
Especially our people. Majority of our people stuck in their own boat. All right?
Trusting that the white man got something gonna make it all right.
Yeah, gonna make it all right.
Hey, Katrina, everything Katrina showed you, he ain't caring about you. You laugh some of it.
And Russia been prepared since the Cold War.
Yes.
They've been prepared since way back then, man.
Yeah, they wanted to do it back
They
then.
always do, like, man, something can pop off. They got the atom bomb. We got the information to make our atom bomb. Matter of fact, no, we finna go nuclear. You know, and then the nuclear anxiety has been growing on the earth ever since. You know.
Yeah, so they World War I, man. World War I. Russia and NATO and the EU. America had problems with Russia. So that's the deep, man. That Russia and America, hatred between one another, man. That goes deep, man. Years and years of hatred. All right.
Hey, that INF treaty, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna bring things much more closer, man. That's a very big deal. Because now they don't have to worry about where they deploy their missiles to and how many kilometers in distance those missiles can go. It's basically all bets are off now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say all bets are off. There's no more rules and restrictions no more. No more boundaries.
Yep. So that arms race, that's it, man. And that's the Most High basically preparing his armory.
Right.
He's preparing his armory right now, man. That's what that's about.
He's arraying his chess pieces on the board. The ones that he wants to win, he's arraying them on the board. The strategy is set up how he's gonna win.
Now you can read the scripture. Was it Revelation 6? About the 200 million missiles. So that Revelation 6 and Revelation 1 about the 200 million missiles. Now you can see it, man. It's a nuclear arms race. All right. So America and Russia and all these other nations, they going balls deep, and creating missiles, man. All right.
So Jeremiah 50 verse 25, it says, I'll start at 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Man, the army is open, man. The armory is being wet, man, being furbished, man. All right, those missiles are being furbished, man. And America, man, America has been proud against the Lord, man. Man, it just be getting worse every day, man. With this homosexuality thing, man, LGBT madness, that's being proud against the Most High, man. All right. And what the Most High gonna judge you with, man? His weapons of indignation, man. His nuclear destruction.
It says, for this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
Yep, the land of the Babylonians, man. All right, this is Babylon. Great Babylon, according to the Bible. Because in the Bible, you got 3 Babylons, man. The first Babylon was with, what's that fool name? Nimrod. All right, the second Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. All right, Nabopolassar, Belshazzar. All right. Now you're in the great Babylon, man. The Babylon that's worse than both them Babylons in the past, man. This is great Babylon, man.
It says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Yep, nothing, man. Oh, man. Can you get that scripture I like as well?
Yep. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation.
Yep. Hey, when it say visitation, that means the Lord punishment. All right, that's another word for punishment. All right, the Lord's gonna punish you, man. He's gonna visit you. All right, and when the Lord visits you and you've been proud against Him and sinning against Him, best believe He gonna punish you with death, man. Pain, man. All right.
The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape.
Yeah, every nation that has thermonuclear weapons capabilities, all right, point your arrows, all right, put the program in your computer to basically what's that longitude, latitude over there to America, man. All right.
Ready aims, was that ready set aim or ready?
Ready, aim, fire.
Yeah.
All the program, man.
Yeah.
Program your missiles to hit America.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel.
Proud against the Lord, man.
Not for what you did in these other countries, what you did against the Lord.
Yep. Hey, you oppressed the Israelites, which is the Most High's chosen people. All right, that's being proud against the Lord. All right, you basically make our people go off. All right, to sin against our power. That's being proud against the Lord. All right.
Give them LGBT.
Right.
Q.
You take his covenant that Most High made with Noah,
Right.
all right, the rainbow, and use it for some gay shit, man.
They give our people Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, abortions. They get that from the ancient Egypt.
That was the other covenant, right? The beast is gonna multiply, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good. Yep.
Taking that away too.
Yep, that's a covenant too.
Hey, the U.S. government just passed a law for same-sex couples to be able to get their tax. Didn't you get that when you get your income tax every year? Credit. The homosexuals for the spouses, and when you're able to get it because of your marriage, same-sex couples can now get their reimbursements.
So now it's a couple thing between the
So
it's everything that they
So basically, they could get now they're getting reparations because they couldn't get it before. Now they can get it now.
They're recognizing the real union under God.
Yeah, that's another way that this piece of shit kingdom is proud against the Most High.
Yeah, they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it because it was never recognized as a union under God, which was the original way it was written for that to work, for a union to work. Now they finally got it to work in their favor now.
Because they
Most
take
High gonna do something about that?
They take the place of the Most High and authorizing a union between a couple, man. When it's supposed to be the Most High, man. The Most High honoring that male with male, female with female shit, man. But this place is proud against the Most High, man.
Another thing I saw yesterday, this Edomite chick, she married her dog.
Oh yeah.
Bestiality.
Oh, that's legal now. So the dog can inherit your wealth before your children do. Like, it's crazy.
You already know what went down in that honeymoon.
Yeah.
You know?
They've been in the bestiality, man.
That's why do you think it was in our law?
Job 30, man. Job 30, man. Job said he don't want you Edomites laying next to his dog.
Joel chapter 2, verse 3, it says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burning.
Yep.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yeah, this is representing the thermonuclear missile before it hits its target. All right.
Yep, it says, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
So the land of the Garden of Eden basically means it's life, man. It's life. You know, there's people walking up and down the street. You got birds flying, you know, insects flying, you know, people talking, and, you know, just life, man. You know,
Living it up.
you know.
And behind them, a desolate wilderness.
So once the thermonuclear missile hits, it's a wilderness, man. Ain't nothing living after that.
Look what it say. And it said, yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing's going to escape, man. All right? Nothing's going to escape, man.
Yeah, there's no bunker that you can retreat to.
Right.
No underground shelter. There ain't no secret, location where you could just hide yourself, and then when the missiles blast, you safe. There's nowhere you can run. You try to run into the water, them tsunami waves is gonna be crashing onto the land. You got Leviathan that's in the water. Basically, the Most High got it to where if you doomed on that day, you fucked.
Yeah, like in Amos, there's a death waiting for you. Those, and in the second editor said it also. Those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna meet your death.
It's coming.
I got something.
You want more now? You want me to read about this? That was the verse.
You remember that scare was that 2 years ago with Hawaii?
Yeah.
It was a false alarm. These people, they was fucked up, man.
Bro,
they was fucked up.
They was trying to go into the sewer.
Yeah.
Like that was gonna save them.
They didn't know where to fucking go, man.
Where do you go? They ain't know where to go, man. You're fucked.
Go get a drink. And then wait it out. Enjoy it.
The only people, according to prophecy, that's gonna get away is the elites, the Rothschilds, man. But the Lord's gonna allow them to get away so that they could be the first crop of slaves, man.
And the elect, of course, just saw in context, you can hear the balance of it. The elect is going to be saved and get out of it, but then of the heathen, just the elite. Get that?
Ezekiel 25 and 8. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Moab and Seir do say.
All right, Moab is so-called Chinese, man. All right? And Mount Seir represents you Edomites, man. The so-called white people. All right, because you dwelled in Mount Seir one time. All right, Mount Seir basically means hairy. All right, so start talking about
This 8. Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from his cities which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Jesimoth, Baal Meon, and Kiriathim, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations, and I will execute judgments upon Moab.
There you go.
And they shall know that I am the Lord, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, Moab gonna get judgment, man. Along with Esau, man, because Moab and Esau, they compete against one another, man. All right, they compete. While they doing that, they're basically destroying the minds of our people, man. You got Moab in the ghettos feeding our people rats, man, fried rats. Our people think it's fried chicken.
Plastic rice.
Plastic rice.
Everything they do is fake. God damn.
Yeah, man. So Moab is just as diabolical as Esau.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're Moabites, man. They gonna
So
hit
the
it.
Moabites gonna have a heavy judgment coming for you as well.
Moab is proud.
Yeah.
Sneaky motherfucker.
Can I get it real quick? It's second Ezra's 15, verse 46. It says, And thou, Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon, and are the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because
Moabites, man. You know, Asians. All right.
it says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in order, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
Yeah, you try to be like, be like Babylon. All right. You try to be like this place, man. You go over there, China, you got the skyscrapers. Yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Neon lights. You know.
It look like downtown Manhattan.
Like Hong Kong or Shanghai. That's because Esau took China over, man. Took China over, what's that, back in the 30s, I believe? You know? Actually British, you know?
Amos 2:1, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Moab, and 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he burnt the bones of the king of Edom into lime, but I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the places of Kiroth, and Moab will die with tumult, with shouting, and with the sound of the trumpet.
Right, so you Moabites, man, you Moabites are gonna go into slavery right with Esau, man. Alright, Esau gonna get it the worst, and the Moabites gonna get it bad as well. Alright? All these nations, man, the Moabites, Ammonites, which are the Japanese, alright? Hamitic tribes, which are the Africans, alright? Polynesians, Hawaiians, alright? Last but not least, Edomites, alright? Arabs, all y'all going into slavery.
That's right.
Under the nation of Israel. That says the Bible. Alright? Slavery is not a fictitious thing. Alright? When you go to work every day, you call yourself an employee, that means employee is just a fancy word for saying slave. That's all it is. Alright? So slavery is not going away, man. Alright? So in the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel, all you other nations going under slavery under Israelites. Simple as that.
Because you Moabites had Israel in captivity at one point in time. All the nations had us in captivity. Okay, but Esau, Edom, he further our affliction. We're under his captivity right now. So of course he's the main antagonist to you Israelites. I had some bro. Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations. To here is going back to, we're talking about the missiles. And hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and the fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them and have delivered them to the slaughter.
Yep. I know we're getting into the missiles. We already talked about the missiles, but our Lord Yahweh Shai come back with his angels. All right, they're gonna be wrecking shop as well, man. All right, they gonna tear up America, man, and other parts of the world, man. All right. Yahweh Shai, his angels say he's coming from the east to the west, man. All right, gathering the elect and destroying people, man. All right, so those so-called UFOs, all right, which is the chariots of Israel, all right, they're weaponized, man. They got weapons on them, man. All right, you see those chariots, and you see on YouTube the chariots, the UFOs. Those UFOs got laser beams on them, man. All right, laser beams, man. All right, something Esau, so-called white man, can't even fathom, man. All right.
Something he's trying to imitate this weak-ass
laser, all right? And basically had a nuclear weapon wing to it, man. You know? Like that, man. The lasers Esau ain't gonna match it, man. All right? Those UFOs are weaponized, okay? So those UFOs with the nuclear missiles, all right, man, hey, you better fear the Most High, man. All right? You gonna fear the Most High before you be put to death, man. All right? That's what's gonna happen, man. If you don't get this word right now, you gonna fear. The Most High is gonna instill fear in you and humbleness in you before He put you to death.
That's right.
All right?
The slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Yeah. Bodies, the corpses, man. All right? Hey, you military members, man, when you go over to the Middle East for this World War III, all right?
Back.
You gonna die over there, man.
Yep.
Your corpse gonna stink, man. And there's gonna be corpses all over American streets, too, man. All right? Hey, it's gonna be a normal thing when your ass wake up and go walking in the street, you're gonna see a dead body. Out in the open, man.
Some dead bodies and money in the streets.
Yep.
Both worthless.
Both worthless.
You don't see animals eating those bodies.
Hey, the price of a life ain't gonna be worth a penny, man. Okay?
So y'all said about the dead bodies, right? It's 2nd Esdras 15. I'm gonna start at verse 34. It says, "Behold, clouds from the east." And he said, "Is he coming from the east, right? And from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth."
The chair is horrible to look upon. Terrifying, man. Samson's mother, when she said she seen an angel, when she talked with the angel, she said the angel was very terrible, man. Alright? So those chairs, what the angel's traveling in, man, is very terrible, man. Dreadful to look upon. That's the curse that goes face of the whole earth, man. What's that, in Zechariah 5? Alright?
It says, "And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly."
Oh man, blood should be from the what?
From the sword unto the belly.
From the sword to the belly.
Rushing through.
Yeah.
And the dung of men unto the camel's hoof.
So when the sword goes into the belly, you work that motherfucker up, and blood just falls, and guts and intestines, everything just falls out, man. It's gonna be horrific like that, man. And what's that last one?
It says, "And the dung of men unto a camel's hoof." Because there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies like dung on the earth, man. Just like how the Lord compares the amount of bloodshed that He's gonna do to the blood reaching up to a horse's bridle. Hey, man, the amount of bodies from one end of the earth to the other, it's gonna be like you piling up bodies up to a camel's buff, man. So, hey, that goes hand in hand. Like the camel and the horse is like damn near in height.
They're animals with high, they stand tall.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a lot of death, man.
A lot, man.
That's the level of destruction that the Lord's going to bring upon His return. It says that the destruction shall go from one end of the earth even to the other. The slain of the Lord shall be many. You know?
And darkness and not light. So, hey, the happy and the mirth, the jolly times of America, man, that's coming to an end. All right? And it's going to be a beautiful thing to see you average Americans with a sore, somber look to your face, man. All right? When you look like, it's no future, in your face, man, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. I can't wait till you women get it, man. You women just as proud as Esau, man. All right? And the Lord's gonna humble you, man. Okay? It's coming, man. All right? Just gotta wait for some dominoes to fall, man. And hey, man, it's here, man. All right? And that's when you niggas gonna come out the woodwork saying, hey, remember me where the prophets at? You know? Try to find the prophets and, you know, try to, I've been watching y'all blah, blah, blah for 3 years. Where you been? You know? All you sideline cheerleader niggas, man.
This is Psalms 91 and 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Yeah. So the Lord's gonna protect his servants, man. All right? His servants that sign the crime, man. For all abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. All right? And his servants are just as fervent, you know, as the Most High wanting to destroy this place, man. All right? Because, hey, oppression maketh a wise man mad, man. All right? So that's why we out here screaming at you people, you know, screaming in the camera, you know, because we hate the way the world is. All right, so the servants are ready to see the reward of the wicked. All right, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
This Psalms 11 and 6. It's like Psalms 11 and 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup.
Hey, that's the portion of the wicked person's cup, man. All right, 2/3 of our people is the wicked. Esau is the wicked. The other nations are the wicked. All right, because you don't hearken to the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, that makes you wicked, man. You don't even try to, man. You know, just our people, man. All right. You can. Our people can go to church every Sunday. You bring out some law, statutes, commandments on them. That's not talking the Old Testament done away with. You know, the Lord's gonna punish you for that, man.
That's right.
All right. We go in the New Testament to say that you're supposed to follow the law to the best of your ability, and you still don't believe, man. So what else? What else can the Most High do for you? All right. It's written there, plain English, man. If you don't hearken to it, you gotta be put down, man. All right.
This is Lamentations 3 and 64. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart. Thy curse unto them, persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. It's to you Edomites, man. All right, give them sorrow of heart. Give them everything that you know that they spew towards us. They've done to us. Recompense that to them. All right, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen to 2/3 of my own people also. All right, that don't take heed to His word. Okay, but mainly you Edomites that are the wicked, that's according to the Bible, that the Bible speaks of. Okay. That was it.
Oh, I thought y'all were about somebody.
I gotta bring this up. God, this is come on. No, I'm gonna start at 4. This Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?
The triumph of the wicked is short, man. All right. It might seem, you know, Esau been ruling for the last 500 years. It might seem as a long time, but one day to the Most High is 1,000 years on earth. All right. 1,000 years, that's one day, man. Okay? So it's been a short rulership, man, for compared to when we get in the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel. That's for eternity, man. All right. Yeah, you ain't gonna put no time limit on that, man. It's gonna be for all eternity. All right. So yes, the triumph of the wicked is short. Go ahead.
The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his hair reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Yep, perish forever like his own dung, man. All right,
bro.
So hey, Esau born from slavery.
Just understand, just grasp what that means.
Piece of shit.
Do you remember the shit you took years ago? No, you flushed that shit and it's never. It just goes back into the earth. You ain't even trying to keep. You don't even know what. You don't even want to know what this shit is. You just know it's gone forever and ever. Whatever you flush down that toilet, it's gone. But that, hey, Esau, that's your fate. Okay? You're gonna be gone forever and ever and ever and ever, man.
Yeah, Esau, you're not gonna rule forever, my man. All right, your rulership is coming to an end, man.
Yeah.
All right, your fiat currency is about to crash. All right, the whole moral standard of the people is totally lost, man. It's lost in oblivion. All right. And the Lord's gonna come back and judge you.
Hey, see, if the Most High wasn't just, then he wouldn't have even allowed us to have a 1,000-year period to just recompense everything that he done against us. Because that wouldn't have been. That's not true justice. So it's balanced and just that the Lord is going to allow us for 1,000 years to rule over this devil and show the world the right way, and also to get back everything that this devil done against us, man. You know, just to get everything that's been built up in us from all the suffering. He's gonna allow us to be able to basically dish all of it back out, man. You know, happy shall we be, you know, as was that roughly paraphrasing Psalms 137 chapter, man? Because it would be just too easy to just exterminate him, you know, after he did all his wickedness, and now
He get an easy way out.
he get an easy. Hell no, man. Fuck no. You got 1,000 years worth of payment, man. And it's just like I did a lesson a while ago how the amount of recompense we're gonna be doing, it's gonna be justified, meaning it's already paid for. You know how like when you go to a video game, like back when you could put coins, and as many coins as you put in, you get all the credit, so you can play as long as the amount of credit you got. Well, Esau got 1,000 years worth of credits, you know, that we're allowed to just whip his ass, man. 1,000 years worth.
When you was a kid, you had not infinity, but an innumerable number of tokens. That was like heaven.
Yeah.
And being in an arcade.
You can play all day. And
all
then
the games, all day.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Play all day, all night, man.
I got to read real quick. It's Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call the lands after their own names.
America, Vespucci.
Louis Scipios Africanus.
Yep, African. Asiaticus. Scipios Asiaticus.
Europa was a name of a woman.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
That was Jake though, right? No, she was Edomite.
Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Esau, he likes to, name the lands after his own, man. All right?
And what's beautiful about that, though, is, see, he has that illusion now because he's in power, but the moment the Most High finally take his ass down, he ain't gonna have no inheritance. He ain't gonna have no land to claim. Even his own original inheritance, he won't even have that either.
Yeah, that's Amos 9, right?
Amos 9, matter of fact, get Obadiah. Read 18 and then we'll read all the way down.
Oh, yeah. It's Obadiah 18.
He ain't gonna have shit in the kingdom, man. And rightfully so.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and they shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it.
Yeah,
and
so,
they
and you Christians, y'all got cognitive dissonance when it comes to this prophecy. You can't make up your mind whether Esau's still here or whether he was done away with during the Roman Jewish wars or during the time of the Maccabee period. Or no, he's here, but he could get salvation. Because King Agrippa, Apostle Paul, he told him that, he wished that he was like him and that he wouldn't be bound in chains. So maybe there is hope for the Edomites. Okay, so how is there still Edomites when the prophecy says that there should, when the brothers get ready to read it? Okay, the scripture be what it be. All right. The only thing you could do is just change the wording or change the interpretation. But if you do that, there's a penalty for that.
All right.
The scriptures say, "Add not to it, neither diminish from it." Either way, the prophecy is already written.
All right.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain of the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and they shall, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south, and saviors shall come on the mount of Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's.
Hey, so it mentioned that the kingdom is going to be put in position once this take place. So what does that mean? That we're going to go back to our original inheritance, which is the land of Canaan or the land of Israel. But also the land of Esau, Edom, is going to also be a possession for the south. Who inhabited the south? Judah. So basically Mount Seir is just going to be an extension of the land of Judah. Because Esau is not going to have no inheritance, man. Okay? He ain't going to have a pot to piss in. He's going to have a pit to lay in. Okay?
They ain't gonna have no rug.
Right. You ain't gonna have the luxury of being able to sleep in no motel, man. All right? You ain't gonna have no budget suites in the kingdom. Okay? You ain't gonna have no low income housing. You know? You ain't gonna have that. Because basically you're just gonna be in slavery the whole entire time. You ain't gonna have any type of position to rest any goddamn way, man. Except on the Sabbath. All right? All the minutes and seconds and hours on the Sabbath day is gonna be the only time that you have the rest. But the rest of them 6 days, you ain't gonna sleep, man. All right? Because, hey, you live deliciously on this side, man. From the time of the Greeks all the way up until now, man. Hey, man, you had it, man. Okay? You had it. All right? You had your way with the Lord's people, man. The apple of his eye. You exacted your heart's desire. That's why it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, man. You know, you done got out every ounce of frustration and anger that you had against Jacob. You did that. You did that, man. Even to this very hour, you getting it, man. Your police, the modern day slave patrol, you give them the green light to off Jake, man. You protecting these white nationalists, man. You know. So it still happens. You still locking Jake up and putting him in the prison system, and it always comes to find out that particular Jake, he was innocent. So you took away his life, and then you at the end of it you'll try to reach some type of settlement with him, but that settlement don't even equate with what he could have been worth if he was still living, man, in the world, man. It's just so much, man.
How often do you see that happen to Edomites?
Never.
When was the last time an Edomite was in jail for a certain amount of time and was acquitted because of new evidence and new DNA evidence? Never.
Hey, this dude Epstein, man.
Watch how they treat his ass, man.
Epstein, they trying to charge him with solicitation, man.
Right.
Basically means
That's it?
basically a man that pays a prostitute for sex. They trying to press him with that charge.
They sweep all the pedophilia under the rug.
Exactly. This fool had a whole island of pedophilia acts.
Yeah, sex magic, sex rituals. There's probably even some child sacrificing going on over there.
Yeah, best believe your favorite politicians that's running for fucking presidents 2020, all right, and Hillary Clinton, the Clintons.
Oh man.
All right, Barack Obama. I bet you his old lollipop head ass is over there on that island too, man.
Yeah. Sending up a toast and shit to each other.
All the politicians go over there, man.
You see that picture with Epstein and Trump? Trump messed heavy with Jeffrey Epstein, man.
Clintons?
The Clintons?
Slick Willie was
we
there.
know about the Clintons, man. Don't get started on the Clintons, man. We know what they've been involved with. The files is out, man. That's just high level wickedness, man. Pizzagate.
All those children from Haiti?
The organ harvesting. These are just all things that we could just, and this is just for today. These are just based on records that's just coming out today. We don't know what type of other things that you devil have done in the dark, man. So all that is accounted with what you got to pay for those 1,000 years, man. Okay? Especially what you've done towards Israelites, man.
Using babies for alligator bait.
Oh man, we could just keep going, man.
Fucking devil.
Esau got a heavy tab.
Yep.
A heavy tab he needs to pay for. Right?
All right, bro, get Psalms 119. I mean, not 119, 109 and verse 14.
It's Psalms 109 and verse 14. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Lord Yahweh. Woo! Right.
Keep going.
And let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. Let them be before the Lord continually, that he may be cut off. The earth, it's like that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth.
Oof.
Because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart.
God. So all of this devil's wicked works is in remembrance with the Most High. The Most High never forgot. He never forgets, man. Even the secret things that you've done that we don't know about, that may have never been leaked out to the public, or you might have never jotted it down in your history books. The Most High, he got that secret too. Okay? All that is going to be accounted with the judgment that you got to pay, man. So we're going to be justified, man. When the scriptures say our hearts shall meditate terror, hey, all level of torments that we're going to be putting on you devils, man, all of it is going to be justified. All right? That debt, hey, you in it, man.
Oh, it's all justified. America being destroyed, that's super justified, man. I was just talking to a Jake in the Uber. This place is done, man. He's saying, the homeless problem. And what do you say? It's just gonna get worse. The Most High is making this place. He's setting them up, America, perfectly to be destroyed. Starting with the so-called white man, right? Our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Americans, we've been catching hell, man. The Most High was totally justified in taking us down. Right? We were worshiping other gods, all right? Sacrificing to other gods, just totally out of order. You had our people at Issachar, right? Gad, just bugging out, building all kinds of pyramids to other gods and whatnot. So what did the Most High do? He brought the Spanish over to take us down. So what is he gonna do to you so-called white people who are building temples to these other gods, man? Claiming to have the scriptures, to back the scriptures up. The Most High is gonna bring the chariots, man. He's gonna bring the chariots, he's gonna set up the 144,000, the elect, to come and restore order on this place, man. Right. The main issue for America and the whole world is that it's out of order. Everything's out of order. Okay? People's bodies are out of order. Right? The air, the nature is out of order. Why? Because the so-called white man's at the top. He's not supposed to be up there. All right? Because when the so-called white man is in power, as you can see, people aren't that happy, man. People aren't that happy. And why is that? Because they struggle. They can't make enough money. And is Trump going to help you with that? Of course not. Right? He's planning on shipping you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Americans in concentration camps, man.
Yep.
And we've been saying that.
Yep.
And here it is. There's concentration camps at the border. Oh, what are we going to do about it? That's a big money pit, man.
Yep.
That's a money pit. And then you have, I saw an Edomite joking around at a protest with Trump. He's in a dog kennel. Oh, Obama did this, being a scoffer, you know? You don't think, just wait till we put your devils in a cage, man. You're gonna be happy to have a cage, a lot of you, man. You're gonna be in the pit, all right? With unclean beasts, okay, with scorpions, snakes. Like the brother said, we're gonna be totally justified when we put hell on you goddamn devils.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And then when the Lord returns in the chariots, okay, in the clouds, the people are going to rejoice when we restore everything in the rightful order. The heathen nation, they're going to make it a celebration to give us tribute, man, in that day. Right. You think they're going to be mad? Oh, we got to give money to the Israelites. Moab, Ammon, all right, Ishmael, Elam. They're gonna love giving tribute. Oh, that's gonna be their whole life. Everything's gonna be built around them giving us what we deserve. Okay? Everything, the best of the best. Their top woman, their top foods, their top herbs. Okay, the best land.
Cain is gonna bring a proper sacrifice this time.
It's gonna be his own ass. All right, it's gonna be your own ass, Cain. That's what's gonna be the sacrifice. You and the whole nation Esau. We're gonna sacrifice you, man. After 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, you're gonna be done and dusted. Right? You fulfilled your purpose. Put hell on the earth. Put hell on everybody. In the kingdom of heaven, we won't need that. We're just gonna have you in hardcore bondage for 1,000 years because the Most High ordained it like that. Because we need to get ours in. All right, straight up.
That's right. I gotta bring it.
All right, then go ahead. You go ahead. Bring them out.
Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at thy soles of thy feet.
What's that talking about, vocab? Huh? People coming to bow down and to bend the knee. That's to show reverence and honor, really to show worship to, man.
Hey,
To
dogs
who?
do that. Dogs humble down like that. When they feel like you have power over them.
They put their tail between their legs.
Yep. That's how you gonna be, Esau.
Right? Especially when if you look at wolves, right? The wolf pack. When the wolf shows up, the alpha wolf, everybody humbles down to him, man. That's us, the nation Israel, 12 tribes. We're the alphas, okay? And everyone's gonna come underneath us in the right order. You can act like, fucking vocab. You guys want to murder? Huh? You guys gonna murder? Straight. We don't murder, man.
You gotta murder your slaves in the kingdom.
Yeah, yes. You want a slave? You want to murder your slave? How does that make any sense? No. That doesn't make it. They're gonna be our slaves, all right? They're gonna be we're gonna put their ass to work. And how'd you get America, vocab? Through fucking murder, you devil. This place, how'd you get Las Vegas, man? Through murder. Go ahead.
And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
The city of the Lord, Zion, the monument of the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's how the Lord's going to set us back up, man, in our rightful place, on top of all the other nations. Right? That's what it's all about. That's what the prophecy's about. That's what we're teaching our people we're going to return to. But 2/3 of us, of this nation, of the Israelites, 2/3, they don't want that, man. They don't want the heathens underneath them. They want to go to Moab's restaurant and get their food spatted, man. They want to eat shrimp, fried rice. They got to get exterminated, all right, the 2/3. Because, go ahead.
Next scripture.
Go ahead.
Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
Yes, right. No one went through us, and that's the thing, right? But people say you want to make money, you want to be successful. It's like, who do you got to go through? So-called white man, more specifically, Amalek, so-called Jew. You want to be making money in the society. You better know a so-called Jew. Who said that? Patrice O'Neal on the thread. One of the brothers did, right? But he said something. He's an old Jake comedian. He said something real spiritual. He's like, hey man, this is what I do. I find a low-level Jew. He's like, I don't deal with the high-level Jews. That's too much. I deal with the low-level Jew, and I give him my money, and that's it. Because I know he's gonna take care of it, man. And all that extra stuff, he's gonna take care of it. Because I know what to do. I know what to do. If I'm gonna be cool, I gotta get my money where it belongs. So he understood he had to go through the so-called Jew, man. But did that help him? No, the Most High killed his ass, man. Killed his fat ass, all right? Because he was wicked, right? And he knew the truth. And he was getting close to it because towards the end, he started doing this podcast. He's talking about Illuminati. He started talking about Israel. He didn't want to accept it, and the Most High killed his ass, man. Straight up. You don't want to accept being an Israelite. You're on the sign right here, okay? You believe in the Bible. Or let's say you're not on this sign, but you believe in the Bible, but you don't want to get with the prophets. Start with the apostles, on down to the camps, teaching the word on the highways and hedges. You don't want to get down with that, the Most High's going to get rid of you, man. Straight up. Just like how we're reading here, you're going to have to come to us in that time. Right now, you got to come through who? Yahweh Shai. Right? You want to come through and make it, you got to come through Yahweh Shai. And where are you going to find that? Right here. Okay? You got something?
I had something. Revelations 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's the patience and the faith of the saints. So, vocab, do you believe in the saints? Do you believe that the Most High has saints on earth? I'm sure he prays to Saint Anthony, right? Like a demon, right? Praying to some other fake Edomite saint. Well, the patience and the faith of the saints is for those who put us into captivity to go into captivity, right? Those who killed us with the sword, now they must be killed with the sword. And the so-called white man, that's his blessing, the sword. So who else could that be talking about? Other than the so-called white man, Esau, the devil the Bible speaks of, right? Oh, that's all he's done. That's his MO. That's all he's done all over the world, starting with you damn Christians, okay? So-called white man, you Christians, you took over this whole world using that BS. Now that you controlled everything, you don't need to do that no more, right? Now you can just be full-blown Satanists. Now you're gonna keep doing that. It's gonna get worse and worse. And everyone I talk to, they say that the same thing. Man, it's getting bad, man. It's getting worse. Nobody says, oh, one day it's gonna be better. Nobody ever says that. Nah, it's gonna be okay. Nah, they go, man, it's fun. I don't see the place getting better.
They that look out the windows shall be dark.
That's 12.
That's right.
We don't see no promising future for this place. It just looks like it's crumbling, but that's exactly what we're quoting, but that's exactly what the scriptures say. If Babylon would have healed, he's gonna quote that, Babylon would have been healed, but there's no healing.
There's no healing. You can't do that balm ain't working, man. Yeah, Babylon's on its way out of here. Okay, geopolitically, and starting with this guy Trump. Nobody wants to work with this guy, man. Diplomatically, his own team don't want to work with him. Okay, everyone's coming up against him, and now look at Ronald Reagan. What happened to Ronald Reagan? The great Ronald Reagan. And Esau, that was your favorite fucking guy, man. That was your best dude. That was your best guy. oh, Ronald Reagan, he's the greatest president. Oh man, he was this and that. But brother, a lot of us are from Cali. We've got families that grew up in the 80s, brothers we grew up in the 90s. Everyone that grew up in the 80s, they know that guy's a fucking devil, man. A demon. Right?
They always talk about how his name, you break it down in numerology, goes back to 666 and all of that. But it just goes to show that he was down on that heavy level of the demon.
What is it? Just say no to drugs?
Nancy Reagan.
Yeah, but they pushed in during his administration. They pushed in all of those drug stuff. They pushed it in, but the Panama
Deception.
The deception, the
Iran Contra.
all of them things with them going getting drugs, but they were stealing the drugs. That's the thing. And then bringing it in, and then the wife of Ronald Reagan turned around and did the war on drugs.
Yeah, they were stealing the
Once
drugs.
they got in the hand in the
CIA. They show you that in that show
Snowfall, and they show you that in the newest Narcos Mexico.
Yep.
It shows you that the U.S. government shut down the cocaine route for the Colombians, and so they were hijacking the cocaine and storing it in Central America, the Contras.
Yep.
And so the CIA was giving the Contras the weapons, and the Contras were stealing the coke and giving it to the CIA. And the CIA were giving it to who? The Mexicans, man.
Just like today, you know, the what was it, the ship, the cargo ship that had 20
JP Morgan.
Yeah,
JP Morgan Chase.
tons of drugs of cocaine on it, man. And then they hijacked the submarine that had 13, I believe it was like 1,300 pounds of cocaine on it.
Yep. And not only that, they looked up Epstein, right? They looked up his bank accounts, man. They're like, how does this motherfucker have all this money? He don't do nothing. They found out that he was getting JP Morgan the stocks. They was giving him JP Morgan stocks. So what does that mean? It means that they're all connected to the so-called white man. And who runs JP Morgan? The Rothschilds. So-called Jew, right? And don't delete the video, Amalek, all right? We'll say Amalek, right? Salakia, Amalek, okay? Don't delete the video, it's too much truth. And that's what's gonna happen. They're going, and it's happening, right, brother? You mention anything close to Amalek, your channel's done. They're finding Amalek videos I did in 2014, flagging, man.
Yeah.
Like goddamn, with 30 views. 30 views on it, man. Ain't nobody watching that. But Amalek gonna find it and gonna click on it, man. Amalek. You gotta, as I say, you gotta speak in that code. Make sure to say, I gotta go back, change it from so-called Jew to Amalek.
You gotta use a little salt with this, man.
Well, that's the time we're getting into, man. We're getting to the time where that famine's gonna be next, right? The Lord is making this word more of a treasure, man. And when we first got it, right? Remember our PCs used to shut down. So this is before Google on YouTube. The apostles would put Great Millstone up, it was done. They didn't even upload a video. They just find the channel, the page was gone. To the point where apostles had to do a GMS tool. And then they had to do the Daily Motion, and the Spirit, and then Google bought out YouTube, and the Spirit had us go back and just flood it, man. Now look at you, man. Now look at you. You're done, Esau. You can't fight no more.
Look how much damage they've been caused ever since. Look at how much fruit that sprung from all this, man. There's nothing you can do about it, man. Hey, the levee is broke. The water is raging out. Okay? Straight up, man. I got a scripture. It's Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and verse 11. It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
That pomp of America, man. It's gone. You used to be so proud of your military might. Now everybody's strong in the military.
First thing Trump did was try to revamp the military.
Yeah, that's what he want to go. He want to go to space. He want to go. You want to start the Space Force. But the U.S. government, they ain't even got enough money to do that. They can't even build a damn wall.
Right.
Here it is. But
defense is that they can't build a wall.
They can't even build a wall, man. It costs too much money. And then for every illegal that you got in your concentration camp, it's upwards $700 a day per person. You know what these people are saying on social media? They say, hey man, give me that illegal. Pay me $700. I'll cook and clean for his ass. I got a room right here. Save $100 a day. That's a lot of money, man. That's just a big racket. The so-called white man, he'll find out a way to make money off your demise.
Yeah.
Right? But it's getting to the point where the Most High is gonna collapse your fucking money, man. He's gonna collapse it all. He's gonna come with the R3 microchip.
It's Sirach 4:26. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of the river.
That's right, and this is for us, but also you so-called white people, man. You can't force the course of the river. The Lord got this water flowing, man. The Spirit. You're gonna try to stop it. You're gonna dam it here. It's just breaking everywhere. The Lord's flooding it, man. He's just gonna bring the waters from the sky.
That's right.
All right, flooding it with what? That living water, the truth, the knowledge and understanding of the Heavenly Father. Okay, of who we are, the Israelites. This is deep, secret knowledge, man. Find out who you are and believe it. That you're an Israelite. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's what it's all about. It ain't about, oh, I'm a Christian. What is that gonna do? That's been around, man. That's been around for centuries. And where's that gotten America? Where's that gotten our people, man? More death, more destruction, more captivity, more slavery. You can't say that about this truth.
More trust in the enemy.
You can't say that about this truth. Oh, that truth. All it did is what? Make us be black sheep in the family. Gird up our loins like men. Okay. Be more austere. Be more serious. Be more. Separate ourselves from bug outs from people in the world. That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. You're supposed to do that. All right, regardless if you're in the truth or not. So just because we're repenting, like our elder Yashubamba was saying, right? Just because we're repenting, now it's a problem.
Right.
If we was just smoking weed, if we was just no garments on, we just some niggas out here shooting dice, vocab would say nothing to us.
We was using a cyber freestyle on that shit.
Oh yeah.
We have a million.
Oh, we rapping about fucking another nigga's bitch, selling dope, all that, shooting each other. Yeah, vocabulary. Yeah, man. All right, Christians.
You ain't gonna speak up on that.
Nah, man. But because we're calling our people to come back and repent, to come back to the Heavenly Father, to come back to the law, statutes, and commands. Now it's a problem, man. It shows that you so-called white people are the devil the Bible speaks of. You can't control this. You can't control. You can't use your COINTELPRO. All right. You can't come in around and control this. Why? Because it's a spiritual movement. The only thing you can control are these 501c3s like Nate, ISUPK, and those guys are bug outs, man. There's an ISUPK camp in San Francisco, right? We were walking by one day. I was walking by him. He's like, turn the camera around. He's like, we need to come together under the General Yohana. Oh my God. Wow. And you talk about man worshiping, man. You can see in that guy's eyes, he has demons on him, man. He wanted us to, nothing about Yahweh Shai, man. Nothing about the law, statutes, commands, nothing about reading the scriptures, nothing about believing in Yahweh Shai, humbling down to the spirit of Yahweh Shai. It was all about General Gehenna, man. But they're looking like bug outs, man. Looking like nobody even knows where those guys are from. They could be just transplanted from Philly or from the East Coast, man. That's wild. We've been out there 10 years plus. I ain't never seen them guys. Now all of a sudden they right there down the block from where we teach. Just having Edomites kiss their feet all day, man. That's played out, man. I don't want Esau kissing my feet. I want you to kiss the curb. All right?
Esau kiss your feet, and then you gotta get your ass up for working.
Yeah.
You still gotta go to work. Which is worse.
Right.
Yeah, Esau kissing your feet, man. You still gotta pay bills, man. Fuck this place. Go ahead, bro.
Acts chapter 5, verse 38. It says,
well, actually, they gotta pay General Gehenna.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, you gotta pay him first. Then you gotta pay the so-called white people.
Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone.
Refrain from these men, let them alone, right? Let us be. So keep going.
For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
That's right. If the Most High wasn't dealing with us, all right, we wouldn't be out here. We would have just gave up, like all these other bug outs.
Nobody was listening. If there was nothing really happening through the power of Yahweh Shai in that name, you wouldn't be worried about it. But you're worried about it because you see the power of what's happening, the marvelous work that's happening in the earth.
Because these prophecies, they're coming to pass, man. Because a lot of times, we've been saying it, right? It's going to come to the point where, someone give me Amos 8 and 11, it's going to come to the point where we're not going to be able, these people aren't going to be able to tap in to the prophecies via YouTube, via the internet, via the live stream. You're going to have it in you. You're going to have to, that's why, give me Isaiah 33. You're going to have it in you, man. So when that time comes, people are going to come to you like, hey, what was that knowledge you had? What's happening? What's going on?
Tongue gonna cleave to root to our mouths.
Man,
Shoulder shrugs.
I don't know, man. You should have been listening.
It said 39. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it.
If it be of Yahweh Shah, you can't overthrow it, man. So just let them be and let the Most High handle it. Because it's up to the Most High. If they're wrong, the Most High will show that they're wrong. What about this, vocab? Why don't you take this advice, this approach, this counsel from the Lord? Because this is counsel from the Heavenly Father. But you're not you don't listen to the counsel of the Father. You're part of the counsel of Satan, man. The devil. Riser. Okay?
It says, but if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it.
Hell riser. Keep going.
Lest haply he be found even to fight against the Most High.
Yeah, you won't fight, and that's what you're doing. You're fighting against the Heavenly Father. You come up against the Word. You fight against the Heavenly Father, which is a stupid thing to do. And you can see a lot of people, they fight against the Spirit, and what do they end up doing? They end up on the streets. They end up judged. And a lot of them lose their minds, man. The Spirit actually, the Bible can really mess you up, man. It's either
Two-edged sword.
It's a two-edged sword. It's either life or death in the scriptures. Either you get sober-minded or you get totally fucked up in the head.
If I may say so, if you use a two-edged sword, if you know anything about weapons, it's cool until you fuck up. You fuck up, you can cut the shit out yourself, man. You cut yourself to death. You cut a limb off this. You know what I'm saying? That Bible's the same way. That's why that analogy is so fitting. You can cut people down and all the enemies and whatever else. But you fuck up with that sword, man, you end up cutting your own head off. That's what happens in this.
Yeah, and see, a lot of these symbology and allegories from the scriptures are used every day. Well, it's a two-edged sword. I mean, yeah, you can hurt somebody with it, but you can also hurt yourself. You know, and that's what the scriptures say in Hebrews, man. It's a double-edged sword. So you got to be very careful with this word. And even the accounts and Acts, we said, oh, all I know in Yahweh Shai I know, but you I know not. And what happened, man? The demons got his ass. Beat the shit out of him. So that you can't be playing with this. You can't be playing with this word. You can't be playing with these spirits, man. All right, you got to be dead set in Yahweh Shai. And that's the time we're coming in, man. Well, all this shit's gonna be shut off real soon. Then what? All you're gonna have is your faith. That's all you're gonna have. You have this precept? Yeah.
It's Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
That's right. Wisdom and knowledge shall be that stability of thy times, because we're coming into very unstable times. All right. Pretty much we're living in Matthew the 24th chapter. Wars, rumors of wars. Okay. Uprisings of the people. All right. Race wars are gonna start coming out even more so. It's because we're already in a race war, man. We've been in one. Really, it never ended. And it all started with the so-called white man. Okay? So you created the BS race people believe in now, man. The white man. The white man, that just started. That's brand new. That started in the 1600s. Like
the 80s or some shit.
Yeah, that's some new shit, man. We're going back to the ancient world, all right? We're going back to what our Lord taught us, all right? Nationality. Okay, we're finding out who our true nationality. And that right there is prophecy, man. That's the beginning of the end of you so-called white people. That's why you want to stop the word. You don't want it to come out, man. But that knowledge is going to be very stable for you when this hell starts coming, because you're going to say, you know what, this is what's supposed to be happening, man. As opposed to people that are in the world that are, what's going on? Oh, there's a curfew. Oh, there's sirens. Oh, there's martial law. Oh my! I just saw my son's head get blown off. It's gonna be wild, man.
Women getting raped.
Oh, lots of women getting raped. Oh yeah, she's gonna come home. One of your cousins gonna come home crying. What happened to her? She was raped. All right, or she won't come home. All right,
Go get trodden down.
All right, that's what's gonna happen, man.
And if I may say it real quick, you look up that word stability in the Hebrew, it's actually amawan, which means to be faithful. This wisdom that we're gaining, it's gonna be faithful in the times of adversity. That's right. We're gonna revert back to what the scriptures say when all hell breaks loose. That's gonna keep us in our sanity. We're gonna know what Yahweh Shai said. In your patience possess ye your souls.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have this in us, and this is only sealed within His elect. They're gonna be stable. The rest of the 2/3 of our people, and they're gonna be walling out here.
That's the spirit. How's your soul gonna be saved? Through faith.
That's right.
Right? You're gonna need that faith, and then your faith is gonna be tested through what? The long suffering, that patience, man.
That's it.
This endurance, this battle we're entering, man. We've been in it, man, spiritually. But it's gonna manifest itself physically, man. We've been speaking about that a lot lately, but you can see it happen. Okay? This guy Trump, right? Well, just wait until they release the audio of him saying all types of ends.
Just like they did recently, Reagan and Nixon.
So they call niggas monkeys.
Monkeys, yeah.
Call them monkeys. He said they don't look comfortable wearing shoes, man.
Right.
Well, you saw how this shit the white man said. What's this asshole vocab, right? He put the most hateful group in America on, right?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, these guys are so racist, right? 'Cause that's what he does, man. He went to Dallas, right? And those brothers are angelic, super righteous men. So he had nothing to say to him. So what he had to do, he had to go revert to that bullshit, put that on, all right? And then now he's justified in all this bullshit, man. Yet, a lot of the things we said was you so-called white people said. So he must have done research to find out those words. Well, you're damn right, okay? I got it from the so-called white man, all right? We didn't make it up. We didn't make it up. We got it from you devils, man. Don't get mad. Yeah, we didn't make that shit up. All the race, everything that has to do with racism, we got it from you.
Yeah.
Let's teach you. Yeah, that's what that Eve, the other side of what Eve had, man. That knowledge of good and evil. And you came and brought full evil to full fruition within man on the planet, and we learned it all from you. Yep. We learned how to master evil dealing with Esau.
And you just making up more evil just off the cuff, let me just make some more shit up. Oh yeah, you're black, or you're Indian, right? You're an illegal. That's brand new. When did somebody start becoming an illegal?
Illegal alien.
An illegal alien. When did that start?
On their own soil.
Yeah.
On their own people. This is our own land. We've been traveling across before you so-called white people came. There was no borders, man. There was no borders. Why do we need a border? Because the so-called white man. Well, give me that Malachi. Well, we'll see why we need it. Okay? And then we'll see why we need it right now. Yet they're illegal aliens now. All of a sudden, during the Bracero program, when the so-called white man. Oh, and guess who started that? Ronald Reagan. He started the Bracero program. He's bringing in Mexicans up into California to work what? To work the fields legally. And then he was kicking the ass out, deporting them back. The guy who called Africans monkeys, Ronald Reagan, who the white man thinks is the best president of all time. Sure. Yet, if you were on the sign, so-called Black, Latino, Native American, you've been saying that about Ronald Reagan. You've been knowing what he's been about. All right? Crack cocaine, he started that. Go ahead. Malachi, shut up. Yeah. You gotta go ahead again.
Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
That's the so-called white man, right? He at one point in time, he was desolate, man. Right? He was really. We had him locked down during the so-called Dark Ages. Okay? They call it a serfdom. There was the king, the royal, the nobility, and then there was the serfs. Who do you think the kings and the nobility were? They were the so-called black men, all right? The kings of Europe, Charlemagne, King James, those royal lines were so-called black men. They weren't Edomites, all right?
King Charles, which was the son of King James, which his nickname was Black Boy.
Richard the Lionheart.
Yep.
Shalom. Shalom. Those men were ruling in what? Using the what? The scriptures. Okay? They were putting homosexuals to death. They were beating the shit out of Edomites. Then what happened? The Lord plagued them with the black death. That wiped out. They said it wiped out how many? Two-thirds. Like we made it up.
The fuck?
Come on, man.
The Most High's married, man.
The Most High did that. So the Most High had to take down Jake in Europe. And what did he do? He brought that devil over here and took down Jake on this side, man.
Satan basically got loose from that prison. He came out of the bottomless pit.
That Revelation 20.
And he went and basically did what he did, man. And now, and voila, look where we at.
Now you got the blue man. Now that's entertainment, man. You're a red man, right? We're gonna put you in a red man group and we're gonna exterminate you. Right. That's gonna be our entertainment. After 1,000 years, we're whooping your ass.
That's it.
And vocab, you're gonna be somebody's slave. Get ready, devil. Yeah, and you're gonna be doing no cosplay, right? You're gonna be dressing up like an Israelite, like an Isaac, dressing up like Muhammad, right? You're just gonna be dressing up, getting your ass whooped, all right? Working the pit.
Hey, brothers in the kingdom, they're gonna be asking to borrow your ass, man. Hey, brother,
I got some work.
I got some work for him. Can I get in? Just for a week. Just for a week. Hey, I'll give my daughter over to your son. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a feast and all that. But I got you. Let me get his ass for a week.
I'll bring him back to life.
Well, brother, we don't kill our slaves, all right? Vocab, we're not gonna kill you. We're gonna save you.
No, I ain't gonna. I don't want to kill you. I want to put you to work.
Yeah, we got. There's a police.
We have that right. That's in the law.
Now we may work you to death.
Hey, but that's your fault, man. That's your fault, man. You worked us to death, devil.
Man, we're the strongest people. We're the strongest people. You worked us to death. Feel all right.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right. That's right. They shall build, and most sides on throne. They're building with that big Raider stadium. That shit looks big as fuck, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be destroyed in thermonuclear fire. Do y'all felt the earthquake, right? Man, the earthquake gonna fuck up this place too. I was actually driving through that on the way to AZ, right? What do they call it? What's that name of that city again? Rosewood? Not Rosewood. No.
Ridgecrest?
We're Ridgecrest. Up by Lancaster.
Oh yeah.
Through that way, I was like, damn, most I really fucked this spot up.
Yeah.
So just wait till it hits San Francisco. Wait till it hits Las Vegas, downtown Los Angeles. What do you think those homeless people are gonna do, man? They're gonna come out and start eating people, man. Straight up.
And the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever.
Yeah, the people who the Lord have indignation forever. That's you so-called white people. He don't like you, man. The Most High hates you, Edomites. He said, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So the Most High, that's why he has a border for you devils, man. So you can know who Esau is, man. Where's the devil at? So whoever put borders in, that's where the devil's at. Because when you so-called white people came to our land, you came to Africa, what'd you do? You start putting borders everywhere. You're like, hey, this part of Africa's for Belgium, right? You ever heard about King Leopold? Yeah. That dude's a sicko, man. A sick motherfucker, man. A sick motherfucker. He went and put hell on those people in Congo. Some of them maybe Jakes, majority probably is Hamites. But he put none but pure hell. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing to that devil, man, apart from exist. And that's the case every time. Then you went to West Africa, totally enslaved us, our people, shipped them over here on cargo slave ships, raped everybody, and you split everything up. This is French. You go to parts of West Africa. Senegal is French. Nigeria, that's British. Italy has parts of northern Africa. Why is that? Because you're the devil. You had to put borders. When you came to South America, what'd you do? The Spanish and the Portuguese, listen, let's split South America right down the center. And that's why you got Brazil and you got everything else. Why? Because that's what the so-called white man does. You put borders everywhere because you're the devil, man. Right. Go ahead, bro.
New Zealand, Australia.
New Zealand, Australia. And those are really those places you ain't really supposed to be living over there, man.
Right.
You see some of the shit over there? You got to be a Japhite to live over there.
And your
start that 4 again, bro.
Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
That's right. They should call them the border of wickedness. Keep going.
And the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever.
That's right. That's you so-called white people. Okay? The Edomites. Keep going.
Verse 5, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel.
And the Lord is to be magnified from what? The border of Israel. Okay? And we haven't set that up yet. It's not over there in the Golan Heights. Okay? Where Amalek is. Okay? Where
Rothschild Boulevard.
Yeah, Rothschild Boulevard, Tel Aviv. Right? It's not over there. That's the part. That's actually part of the border of wickedness. That's actually part of the border of wickedness. How could you say that? And then you got bug outs. Hey man, you heathens better put us back in our land. What's that guy who said some bug out? You heathen nations better put us back in our land. What the hell? That's one of them unity. That was the unity camp.
One of them martial rock niggas.
I was waiting for Sakar to slap the guy, man. I was ready for you to slap the guy, man. But you're not tough. I thought you were the nigga, man. Shout out to my guy Sakari, alright? Keep going.
Verse 6, a son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name, and ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? Ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and ye say, wherein have we polluted thee?
Hey, you Edomite, man. You act like you didn't do nothing wrong, man. Like vocab. They're not really Christians. Those guys weren't actually Christians. How does that make any sense? Everything they said is still being taught today in the churches. That's one thing that hasn't changed. Christianity. That's been the same since you devils started pushing that plantation Christianity. It changed a little bit, but as soon as you got Jake in the plantation, you start saying, "Oh, God loves everybody, man. He loves you too." But you gotta bow down. You gotta be a good servant. Look, slavery's okay. Slavery's in the Bible. But now that we're talking about slavery,
It's the end of the world.
but now that we're talking about slavery, we're wrong. But every time you bring it up to the so-called white, well, slavery's been existing since the beginning of time. Well, guess what? It's going to be existing in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
It's going to exist forever. Right? Yet, the Israelites, we're not going into slavery no more. We're not going to captivity anymore. And you hate that. You hate hearing that. You want us all to be in captivity together, man. Misery loves company. That's Esau. That's why you think the serpent did that to Eve? Because he needed company, man. He needed people to die with his ass. That's why we're going to exterminate you, so we can't be doing this shit. Go ahead, bro.
And that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible. Verse 8, and if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, it is not evil. And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil?
Yeah, you're supposed to be giving the best to the Lord, man. Right? You're supposed to be healed. You're supposed to heal, but you're supposed to be sacrificing the blemished sheep to the Lord. And like you heathen nation, when that time comes, when you give us a tribute, you ain't giving us your worst lamb. You're giving us the best of the best, man. Your best livestock, your best jewelry, your most precious stones. Okay? We're not gonna have your little ogre daughters, man. You're gonna give us the best of the best. Right? That's pretty much good on that, right? You got something?
Yeah, I got something.
We need a couple more scriptures.
This is Micah chapter 2:2. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
They covet fields and take them by violence. Do we do that? All you can do is say that we did it to the Canaanites, man. Yet, that was a commandment. That was a commandment, it was a prophecy. That was actually our land from the beginning, from the promise.
But let's not forget, he fucked up. Ham fucked up.
Yeah, that's judgment.
Yeah, it was his judgment to give that up.
Well, the so-called Jew, Salak, Amalek, he'll say that land was promised to him. That's why he's there. Well, actually, have you read the Bible? That land is promised to us. That's why we're here.
And they're fulfilling prophecy by them going back
right
to the land.
What about the rest of the prophecy?
The Presbyterian church, the founders of that church, those Edomites, they believed that America was the new Canaan or the new Jerusalem. So they felt justified when they came over here. When they took out Gad and Reuben and Issachar over here, they kind of likened it unto Israel taking out the Canaanites in the land of Canaan. And they called it the manifest destiny. So hey, come on, man.
Yeah, they city called New Canaan. Yeah. It's back east somewhere.
No, that's right.
Called New Canaan.
Yeah, man. It says, in houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. What is that talking about? What? You whipped our heritage out of us. To the point where if we were reading the Bible, you beat us. You beat us to death. Or if we started speaking like we could read, you rip our tongue out. You'll take our eyes out. Why? Because you know this book is powerful, right? You know this book is salvation. You don't want it. You don't want us to have it. So you're gonna leave that. You're gonna have to try to take it away from us. Yet, even when they do, we're gonna have it where? Right here. We're gonna have it right here in our minds, man. You're gonna be able to take it from us. That's why we say you gotta get this knowledge now, man. You can't be waiting around. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go out and do it later, man.
Well, there ain't gonna be no Google. And in history, they're taking these Bibles out of the hands of people. Another time in history, so you don't think they're gonna do that again?
Hey, Esau has a clever way of trying to take what's in us out of us.
Yeah.
The chip.
Yeah.
Elon Musk with the shit that they trying to create right now with this technology, they want to put that in your head so they can try to control you.
They're programming you with their philosophies.
Exactly. But the Lord ain't gonna allow that to happen to His elect, man.
That's right.
You can't take what was sown in them.
Yeah. Because the elect, they're not gonna take the chip. They're not gonna take the chip.
You're gonna have to kill them, and you still ain't gonna be able to take it from them.
Yeah, because the Spirit has it. If that happens, you're gonna be right up in the chariot, man, ready to go. We'll come right back with Yahweh Shah. That's beautiful, man. Don't be taking no damn chip, man. Have some faith. What's the chip gonna do? It's gonna make you even a more slave than you were 400 years ago, man.
Right.
You might as well take your ass back on the goddamn plantation. Just take your ass on a plantation, take your shoes off, rent your clothes, start picking cotton again, man. Dumbass. Oh, man, I'll just chip. They're gonna make it cooler. I got the chip that matches the rolling. See? Right up.
Hey, y'all seen that one commercial? It was over there in Europe where the lady said she had a phone put in her hand.
Oh yeah, she put it to her ear. She was talking to her friend.
It was her mom.
It was her mom.
Yeah. Light skin and the mom was thirsty.
Yeah, that was a tear right there.
They show you that in the show Black Mirror. One of them, they had a chip in the girl's head.
Yep.
Mom could like just watch what she's looking at, you know?
Angel Eye.
Angel Eye. That was what it was called, Angel Eye. Then she could censor her stuff.
Yep.
Who else thinks of shit like that, man? The devil, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which you shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go heartily, for this time is evil.
This time is very evil. Hey, it's not a time to be haughty. It's not a time to get proud. Thinking that the Most High is going to be with you no matter what. Oh, Most High get me, man. I don't need to do the word. I'm just going to call on the name when the time comes. You can't be thinking like that. You got to be humble, man.
Yep.
You got to be a continual prayer and understanding.
That's right.
Hey, man, I gotta work my ass off for this thing, man. You got, especially when it comes to the truth, okay? Getting the knowledge first, studying, so that when that time comes, you're not going to be swayed by these other winds and doctrines, or like the brother was saying, that the damn mark of the beast. Okay, 2019, it's the year of the Quran.
That's right.
Okay, so what does that mean? Next year they might institute. All they need is an economic collapse, and it's getting closer and closer. You see this? Everything's connected, man.
5G.
5G, the Bitcoin, okay, crypto, the chip, the neural lace. It's all getting released all at once, man. The what do they call it? The autonomous driving cars.
There's an autonomous bus.
Autonomous bus. And you know what? They're gonna release that chip there in Vegas. You know what that's gonna be? $400 credit at the slots, man. You're gonna have every bug out with a chip.
Yeah, there's more restaurants that are taking out cash, and all you have is just the little tablet that you know basically is biometric. You can't even go into certain restaurants and use cash anymore.
San Francisco, they have actual cashless stores. You can only you can't use cash in the Amazon store over there. And then they have the cashless stores, and then like the brother was saying, the cashless restaurants. So they're gonna force you to stop using cash. And what are you gonna need? You're gonna need the chip.
They already got the chip. They already got the chip in the bank card. But if somebody sees the bank card, the next viable thing to put it inside you. And then, you know, it has everything you need.
Yeah, you got companies in America, you know, Wisconsin, tech companies that's having their employees chipped, you know, so they can work there.
Something's going to happen to make you people want the chip. You know, the Esau would like for you to just take it, you know, willfully, but it's going to be something that they don't want to force on you. You're going to want for like security purposes. You know, you don't want your bank account to get hacked. All this is Esau's devices ultimately to get you to take the chip, and then you'll have those that take the chip, and then when Esau is going to have to force it on you. You know that, and that's when the Jacob trouble is going to come.
All Esau gotta do is throw a couple of incentives out there, like what you said with the bank. You know, the American people don't think. So the 100 million accounts that was just hacked, Esau be like, oh, get the chip. But everything is still on the internet. Everything is still electronic. That's how they take it. It's all electronic system. So, but the American people don't think. So they'll say, oh well, yeah, you're right. If I do put it in my hand, you know, it's gonna be safe. I'm not gonna be able to be hacked from that.
I'm telling you, two of my credit cards got hacked on 2 separate occasions, and I had the card in my pocket the whole time. So what did that tell you? It's all this shit is purposely flawed for a reason, to get you to that chip, get you to make you think it's more secure, so to speak.
Got that? Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Is that sin? That must be sin, right? I guess we all got the mark then. We're all gonna die then. Because everybody's sin. Nobody's perfect. How does that make any sense?
Only Yahweh is perfect.
If the mark of the beast was sin, then that means the mark existed before the beast. Right?
That's that chicken before the egg shit. But see, you guys don't think, man. You just wanna believe whatever the fuck you wanna believe, man. This is the truth here, all right?
That's right.
This is the truth here. This is how it is. This is what it says, right? And don't try to make it up to justify your secret wicked agendas, man. The Lord said it right here, man. What the mark of the beast is. It ain't sin. Okay, keep going.
And that no man might buy or sell.
That no man, that's what brother's saying. They're gonna make it seem they're not gonna force it on you, but they are gonna force it on you because you're gonna need to buy and sell, right? To function in society, you need to go buy, you need to sell. And what do we sell? We sell our time and our labor.
Yeah.
We sell all that. And then we sell that, and then that's where we get our money, and then we go what? We buy food, okay? We buy gas, all right? We buy shelter, and then we go back and we sell again. So you want to function in this society, you're gonna have to take this RFID microchip.
Hey, you already need at certain jobs, you already need a badge to even get into the premise. And it unlocks doors.
Yep.
You needed to swap it to clock in and clock out, and if without that you can't get paid. So Esau already got it mapped out, man.
Yeah.
You know,
he has the infrastructure.
Job say you don't clock in or out, you don't get paid.
It says, "Say he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name."
Does it say sin anywhere there? No, it doesn't, man. It's talking about the beast, all right? It's talking about the mark of the beast. Okay, the beast, that starts with you so-called white people in your fucked up society. You know?
Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man And his number is 600, 3score and 6.
And that's the spirit of you so-called white people. Completely adversarial to the Heavenly Father. Whatever's a righteous number, you're going to find a wicked vibration, a wicked number. Okay? Whatever's a righteous society to be ran, you're going to find out the creative war wicked society. That's why you have the beast, NATO, the EU. And if you want to be underneath that and function in that realm, because we're all underneath the beast right now, all right? America, all right? NATO, the EU. It's control of the whole world right now. But once they roll out the RFA microchip, that's the end it all, be it all.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, and then you got to know. That's that wisdom, knowledge, that understanding. You're gonna need to know that when the time comes, man.
That's it.
Because you're gonna be tempted. You're gonna be tempted. You're gonna be hungry. You're gonna wife. It's gonna be like Job, right? She didn't know no better. She's just speaking like one of the foolish ones. Just do it. Just forsake your God, curse him, and die.
Yeah.
They're gonna say that. This in a different way. Just take the chip. That's pretty much you cursing the Lord and dying. You know? So all that temptation is gonna happen. But you gotta remember the scriptures, and you're gonna remember that. You're gonna remember Job. You're gonna remember Revelation.
Lot's wife.
And you're gonna remember Lot's wife. And you're gonna do. You're gonna pray, and Lord willing, you get delivered from it.
You see the other side of it. You go like Job, like you said, that help faith. Matthew, that help faith. All of those other examples, and you know that you can go through it too, because other people have done it before.
I got to pray real quick.
Beautiful. Go ahead.
It's Revelations chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation,
That's
which
right.
shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That hour of temptation is coming, man. The Lord's gonna actually try us. This is all a test. Everything's a test. Us doing the work is the test. We'll come out here and endure to keep doing the work, keep making the videos, communicating with the Akim, being in order, okay? But mainly coming out on the highways and hedges and teaching the word. That's the main thing we gotta do. And we gotta endure that. We gotta keep on going. Right? That's our test. That's what proves us. This is proving what? Our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
And you know what? It proves our faith when we see it happening. We see the prophecies coming to pass, and we see the fruit. Okay, because the whole point of us going out here and fishing and throwing them seeds is to bear fruit, man. And we don't want to bear wicked fruit, all right? We want to bear righteous fruit that goes in what? Brings more fruit.
That's right. That's it.
That's what it's all about. It's all about multiplying. And the Lord's doing that. And he's going to multiply to the point 144,000. The door's going to shut. Just like in the days of Noah.
That's right.
Ain't nobody getting in. Okay?
Yes,
Now is the time. Now is the time. It's not a time to be wishy-washy. Okay? Now is the time to get dead set in this knowledge.
That's right.
It's good on that, right? The water. Last few scriptures.
Isaiah 55 and 6.
Brother's
Seek
been
ye
in
the
that
Lord.
110 degree heat. This ain't no joke out here.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
That's right. Call ye upon him while he is near. Right? Everyone has easy access to the truth. That's why the brother was saying earlier, right? The Lord's making it. The Lord is perfect. He's making it so that everything he does is so righteous and perfect and excellent. You can't say shit against him. Balance. That's how the Heavenly Father operates, man.
Right.
He's not sloppy like you so-called white people are, right? They got this thing in the garlic festival shooting. That was sloppy. That was sloppy. And that's where I stay at, right? Everyone's all bugging out. Oh, you remember garlic festival? Yeah, man. little Jose got smoked, man. Big fucking deal. All right.
Like when that shit happened down at the strip, all our family members calling us.
Oh, Mandalay Bay.
They're like, man, we gonna be caught dead in no shit like that.
Hey, if you get caught up in that, that's a direct strike from the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's all it is. You get judged like that, what can you do, man? All you could do is pray that the Lord keeps the spirit on you, man. All right? Because you men of the Lord, you true believers, man. Don't be afraid of the so-called white man. If a fucking black van comes up and abducts one of us, that's a super direct strike from the Heavenly Father, man. All right, but we ain't worried about that, man. We're worried about this place going down, all right? We're worried about continuing in the faith, okay?
Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Yeah, call ye upon him while he is near. Like we said, the Lord's near right now. Keep going.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
And the Lord is super near, because when you read Isaiah, right? It says, how's the Lord visit? He visits in earthquakes, tempests. Do you guys have thunderstorms here last night? I was out in AZ. Man, they had 40-mile gusts, just taking shit out.
I think last week, but a couple of weeks ago, man.
All kinds of lightning hitting, zapping people. And y'all see the locusts. So the Lord's near, man. He's sending plagues. He sent the locusts, the earthquake a month ago, with all them tremors right after. So that means the Lord is near right now, man. He's showing you. He's visiting. Yet only the righteous gonna see it. Only the righteous are gonna see it. The rest of you people are blinded. Go ahead.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
Yeah, and the Lord is going to abundantly pardon. That's why you got to stay in the faith. You want to be pardoned. You want the Lord's blood on you, man. You want that grace. And how do you get that? By keeping the faith, praying, doing the work. All right? Not being a bug out. Okay? Not being afraid of the so-called white man. It's time to get your ass in order in the scriptures. Okay? So, because like you said, the hour of temptation comes. When that time comes, you want to be rock solid in the truth. Rock solid in the faith. Where nothing's going to throw you off that. Right? Your belief is going to be perfect. Because that's the only thing that we can have perfect within us, man. Is our belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Our faith. And the so-called white man, he can't get that from you, man. He can't take it from you. He can't take it away from you. He got to kill your ass, man.
So if you're sitting under the guillotine, you still can't take it. He can take your head, but you can't take your foot. You know, he pull the button, pull the cord or whatever for the guillotine. No matter what, if it chops you or if it breaks in the same moment, the Most High is going to judge how that's going to go down. And he'll perform a miracle in that moment if he's so true. Okay? But you got to have steadfast faith to fully believe that in that moment. No matter what the situation is. If you've been doing all that you're supposed to be doing, hey, and remind him, hey, you said that if I did this, that you would do, you know, what I need. You know, talk about in righteousness, and then he'll perform it.
That's right. And the Lord's done that all throughout the scriptures for his elect, for his chosen, for his righteous. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
It's Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's right. And that's the Lord. We fear the Lord, man. We don't fear Edomites. Because Esau, when you look back on it, man, he's been kicking our ass shit. Centuries, man. It ain't nothing, man. It could be worse. Back in the day, he would chop our nose off, man. He just lynch you.
Brand your face.
Brand your face. He'll just rape a woman in front of your eyes, man.
Cut off your rod.
You do all. Burn your body, kidnap your children, and send them to a school with the so-called white man as a priest to be molested, man. Fuck this place, man. Fuck America, man. We don't want to be here anymore, and we're not afraid of what the fuck you got to bring because we already lived through it. All right. What's the worst this devil can do? You already did it. You already did it, man.
Dave, we said earlier, this Edomite now, this ain't shit.
He's done.
He was like way harder way in the 1700s and 16, 17, 1800s.
Well, it's Jeremiah. We're living in the time of Jeremiah 49, I believe, or 50 slump. That cup is passed over now. That cup, we drank it, man. We chugged that shit down, man. All right, and the Lord's just gonna give us that dregs during the time of Jacob's trouble. Right, for the 2/3. Jay got through the hard part, man. It's coming now on the Edomites. That's why you see them bugging out. They're the ones on all the drugs. They're the ones living in R&Bs.
Yep.
All right, they're the ones struggling, shooting up the spot, going to the violent festival for being violent. And then everyone's like, oh, he was a white, he was a Italian and Iranian. He's a white boy, man.
Edomite.
And I gotta be like One West. If he's white, he's white. When it comes to shooting. Good on that?
Sirach chapter 2.
That's the spirit.
What you had?
Yeah, yep.
Sirach chapter 2 verse 10. So look at the generations of old and see Did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, and was confounded?
That's right.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins.
That's how righteous the Heavenly Father is.
And saveth in the time of affliction.
In that time of affliction, the time of Jacob's trouble is very near. The hour of temptation is coming, man. And like we said, it's gonna come quick. All these prophecies. You gotta make sure you rock solid in the Heavenly Father's spirit. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the spirit, all right? Nothing else. The spirit can't be imitated. It can't be. It has to be given to you, man. You gotta hold on to it, grasp onto it, pray that the Lord doesn't take it away from you.
So with that, we're gonna close. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rukakadash.
To the elder apostles of the great millstone. Shalom, Barakatham, peace and blessings upon the tabernacle of David. Those who elect, we gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
I haven't been out here since you've been out here, man.